Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV from the control studio here in southern Alberta. We're set up for game number 7, the Edmonton Oilers, the Vancouver Canucks. Matt will join us momentarily, just getting everything else in from outside. And then we will be set to call tonight's action. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you this evening. It comes down to the two sweetest words in sports history, Game 7 between the Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. Ready to set the province of Alberta and the province of British Columbia and the rest of Canada ablaze tonight in sporting fashion as the Oilers and Canucks look to both advance to face Dallas in the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the year 2024. Friends, it's going to be a great evening. I'm glad that you are going to catch along for the ride alongside me this evening. I do want to start off, before Matt gets down here too fast, I do want to give a huge shout out to everybody down at Cross Iron Mills and Market Mall in Calgary today. Matt's now just coming down the stairs, but obviously everybody that I was able to say hello to, and obviously everybody wearing the jerseys and the gear today. It's been a pretty big day across southern Alberta, even for Oilers fans. Everybody out of the woodwork, everybody at the garden centers, everybody at the malls, everybody's wearing Oilers colors. You, of course, rolling back. We're both rolling back to how we rolled in Game 6, because that's kind of how we've been rolling on the streams this year.
Why not?
Back in the Crowfoot jersey. For everybody that doesn't fully understand, just show off the arm sleeve. That fully explains kind of everything there, and then that'll get us going. If you just lift it up there, that should be on the stream. So friends, for those that don't know, Matt, of course, former goaltender in Calgary. Their Crowfoot Hockey Association wore the Oilers colors for a few years there. So
born and raised in Edmonton, so Oilers all the way.
There you go. Matt will join us again for the color commentary of tonight's hockey game. Friends, to the chat we go as everybody joins along for the ride this evening. Sandbox, Zai, welcome aboard. Austin Hockey joining us prior to the stream over there. Friends, it'll be a highly streamed event tonight. We know that Hot Take Hockey's live for at least right now. We'll see how John does getting back to it. Obviously sending him well wishes as well. Austin will be live at 7, and so too will Patrick at 7 as well over on the Oilers Fanatics. So we get everybody going here in a matter of moments. Clay, welcome aboard as well. Klondike tuning in as well, saying it should be a wild one tonight. I think that is a fair justification of how it should go tonight.
It's going to be intense.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those. I felt like I had acid reflux all day today. I just realized that's a nervous setting in here about tonight's hockey game, actually. So, Spencer, good evening to you, and Northern Farm Girl as well. I think everybody said today it's one of those things. We're gonna have to bring the energy on stream tonight because it is Game 7 after all.
Yeah, 100%.
So
they're out there. We're here helping everybody.
So we got highlights here from game number 6. Obviously, the Oilers scoring a bunch of goals in Game 6. Do we expect the same level of goal scoring tonight? I know both goaltenders that start tonight, in Skinner and Shilovs, are officially below 900 save percentage in the playoffs. Do we expect lots of goals, or are we expecting? I've seen a lot of 3-1 tonight.
I see that they're going to play a very defensive but really fast-paced offense. Definitely both teams are going to be switching it up.
Well, and the Canucks without Besser, the Oilers without Henrique, so some big guns for both teams missing here tonight, and we'll see who is able to come out with it. Obviously, hoping the Oilers come out with it. We're not going to lie about that.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. I know a lot of people accused me of getting ahead of myself when I said the Edmonton Oilers would destroy the Vancouver Canucks in that video. There's a lot of Canucks fans that have commented on that video saying this aged poorly. Well, we got one game, 60 minutes plus of hockey to decide how well it ages here tonight on a holiday Monday night. Worst part about this is we have to go to work tomorrow.
That's perfect, right? Bring the adrenaline from this game into tomorrow's work.
Well, at least it's a 7 o'clock start. A lot of us, Canucks fans and Oilers fans alike, have had those 8:30 starts in these playoffs. Yeah. So 7 o'clock is going to be a nice little reprieve from what has been a very hectic playoff schedule so far. Not quite 6 p.m. like the other day, but we'll take it. As we get everybody joining along for the ride here, we've got as well Solav and Morley tuning in, and of course Jack tuning in saying it's for all the marbles tonight. And Klondike's going with a tight checking low score, but with the Oiler firepower, you just never know. So I think that's one way you could look at it too. The Oilers, they came through for the first time all series, scoring a bunch of goals and not allowing a bunch of goals. Right? Game 1, kind of similar idea, just allowed a bunch at the end and lost the hockey game. So tonight, if you get that firepower going early, maybe you're the Oilers, you learn the lesson and you don't let up the lead and you win the hockey game.
Yep.
But how hard, in comparison to any game through this series, are the Canucks going to be pushing every single time they're down, if they're down?
Well, right now, hey, it's Game 7. 60 minutes left after a whole season of hockey right now. This is who's going on to the next round. They are going to leave every bit of energy out there from the get-go to the very end, no matter what. So this is going to be an amazing game.
Well, I'm hearing rumors that Dallas, whoever, doesn't start until Thursday. So that's plenty of time, right? You got Tuesday, Wednesday off. I guess Monday night fly back, Tuesday off, Wednesday fly to Dallas, Thursday play the game. But considering we're going from round 2, game 7 to round 3, game 1, that's plenty of time to rest up.
Yep.
So when it comes down to it for both teams, like you're saying, yeah, if you leave it all out there, you know you still stand a chance in game 1, even if you lay it all on the line.
It's playoff hockey, and this is where the big boys come to play. And honestly, people that are sitting too long, waiting for that series to end, they're a little more rustier out the gate, and people that are just playing, they have a little more adrenaline for the first couple of games, and they get tired. So it's just a mix up, and it just all depends how they play against each other.
Well, this is where I know tonight we may very well see some Dallas Stars fans tune in. So if you're a Dallas Stars fan tuning into the live stream tonight, thanks for being aboard. Appreciate you hanging out, getting a preview of what you can expect here on Dolynny TV throughout round number 3 if we end up getting there. I said I'd promise some Canucks streams again. I've got a lot of Canucks friends that are asking me to go out to the bar with them for round 3, so I'm assuming we might have to get that mixed in, but we'll find some times to stream. And obviously Thursday night, if it's the Canucks playing the Stars, I will be at the Crossfield Ball Diamonds playing slow pitch, so don't mind me. But Matt, I guess kind of throwback to what ended up finishing off this game in the background, showing the highlights of Game 6 is really doing us justice here early on. Kane Zadorov. It's been a battle all series.
Yeah.
Do we expect that to kind of almost go quiet tonight?
No, I wouldn't want to see that go quiet. I like to see emotions, right? They got to make some clean hits, throw the body, both teams. It's Game 7 that you let everything out right now.
I mean, especially, I guess that question doesn't make sense the longer the game goes, right? Maybe early on.
Each hits wear down the other team. Yeah.
But
so
I think what I'm trying to get at myself is it's like early on you don't want to take that dumb penalty.
No.
But if Vancouver gets down big or Edmonton gets down big, how much do you start seeing Kane and Zadorov going at each other?
Well, tempers will fly. They can happen.
That's what we're expecting here tonight, friends. A tight checking, good game. But if this one gets away from one team or another, it could kind of be that old, you've seen it a lot in your day in the junior B leagues, is game gets away from you in the playoffs and all of a sudden it's about message sending. It's not about the hockey game anymore. It's about, hey, we didn't like this in this series. I'm going to show you why, X, Y, and Z.
Well, right now is the time is you have no mistakes. Because then that gives the opportunity to the other team. Every chance is a possible goal.
Yep.
It doesn't matter anymore. That's how it goes. That's why last game Edmonton, how many Skinner shots was on Skinner last night?
15, something like that.
15, but they had good composure on their defense. I think Vancouver had about 49 shots, so there's like maybe say 50-50 miss and block.
Yep.
Same thing with the Oilers. They had about 50 attempts and. So they missed the net and lots of good block shots. It's just all around a game.
Well, friends, we'll see where this one takes us tonight. We're watching the pregame intro into Hockey Central for tonight's broadcast as the Oilers and the Canucks get underway in a few moments. They're still showing those Connor Garland highlights from Game 1 where he beats Stu out wide. So, again, if you're just tuning in, it is Stuart Skinner and it is Archer Shelovs in net for the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers tonight. Both teams with 7 victories in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year so far, looking for victory number 8. Stuart Skinner, 6-3 record, 297 goals against average, 881 save percentage, 289, 898, 5 wins, 4 losses for Archer Shelovs. So the Oilers all of a sudden have forced him to get to work a little bit here over the past few games, one could think. So Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers obviously looking to get underway here in a matter of moments. I'm just going to quickly go back up to the chat here. We got Art joining us aboard. Rory's along for the ride, wondering about Brock Besser. Matthew C. tuning in, sure nervous about an early goal getting past Stu. If we get past the first few minutes, I think we're good. And Jesse, good evening to you. SK and Toast as well. Jeff, welcome in. Brian, welcome in. SR and Alfredo, welcome aboard, friends. We are just about set up to get into the broadcasted portion of tonight's hockey game. A matter of about 35 minutes or so away. We've got Luke Gazdick, Kevin Bieksa, Elliot Friedman, and Ron McLean on the panel tonight, getting us going. It's going to be a good hockey game, one might think.
Yeah.
Just based on Game 7 alone, right? No matter where these teams have been, no matter what these teams have done so far in this series, you're going to see a game that resembles everything we've seen, yet nothing we've seen. Fair?
Exactly. When you look at Vancouver, they missed the playoff a couple last years. So like this is new for them for a little while, and on top of that, they actually have a really good nucleus in their team. So it's two teams that have been growing for a while that are going for the cup.
Like Matt's saying, leaving everything out on the ice. Ilya Mikheyev and Sam Lafferty come in for Brock Besser and Vasily Podkolzin. I think, again, Podkolzin, he kind of had an impact in Game 5. And then in Game 6, we kind of seen him get turned around a couple of times in the offensive zone by Vinny Desharnais and the bigger guys on the back end for the Oilers. So very possible the Canucks going to try and grind this one down. Mikheyev, obviously a guy who has not been hot at all in these playoffs. And, well, guess what? Game 7s are where heroes are made. So, again, if you're a Canucks fan, I assume you're probably looking for a guy like Mikheyev coming in the lineup to be part of the solution tonight.
Yep.
So, friends, we are rolling along. Jack's saying triple overtime. SR is saying I might shave my head if we win tonight. No.
I already did it for you.
Yeah, if we lose tonight, the beard gets shaved clean off. I'll have the video upstairs for you. And then, of course, as well, if the Oilers indeed also lose, I'll get a haircut finally. I think the hair is actually the most tame it's been all playoffs long. I don't know. I used a different gel tonight. But see, welcome aboard as well. As we get things going, Sonics cheering for the Nucks to win in overtime. And T. Tessier is saying Besser is going to cost the Canucks the game. I don't think it's all on Besser tonight. I think the biggest thing you're going to see this evening is how the Oilers attack Archer Shilovs.
Yeah.
Because you've seen game by game, the Oilers have figured one thing out at a time about Shilovs. And last game out, we started seeing pucks that weren't necessarily the best shooting opportunity, but it's something you said all game last game. Just put pucks on net. The Oilers chose some tougher angles, both as a shooter but also as a goalie. Found the back of the net, even though that Bouchard first one didn't count.
Yeah, well, and that's the best part is last game, Vancouver is keeping Edmonton to the outside boards. They weren't letting them to the center of the ice to make any plays. So they were doing that 3/4 of the game. When Edmonton got in, opportunities happened.
Yep.
That's what I saw from last game.
Well, and that's that Zach Hyman one. I think you and I were both baffled when he got, like, obviously a Canucks player tied him up initially.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he's standing there all alone. You said he pulled out the 9-iron, fired it home, got a lucky bounce off the arm.
It looked like he had to twitch his feet backwards like half a foot and then bring out the 9-iron on a little angle, and he just...
But it's
beautiful.
It's something we haven't seen all series, right? Zach Hyman alone in the slot from 10 feet out. When have we seen that, right?
He's always getting the grinding goals, right? Most of the time, it's, I think, 9 takeaway goals this year because he's just a guy that crashes the net.
Yep. So, friends, we are rolling along here on the pregame. Thanks so much for being aboard here this evening as we are going along for the broadcast here this evening. We're rolling along, and I'm glad to have you aboard for what is going to be Game 7 between the Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers. Again, if you haven't left a like yet on the stream, make sure to do that. I must caution you to do that simply because we want to see things get crazy. We haven't gotten too crazy with Matt here on the stream yet, but obviously we've seen no overtime and we've seen kind of some crushing finishes. Right? That Canucks win in Game 5 happened so last minute that by the time all the Canucks fans joined, the game was already over. And then obviously as well, 5-1 in the playoffs. Everybody's checking the app. We're up 5-1 with 5 minutes. I don't need to tune in. We're good, right? So we'll see a lot more action in the chat tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. as we get things going. We got everybody tuning on the board for the ride. John's cheering for the Oilers. Zephyr's cheering for the Canucks, but obviously thanking us for our coverage tonight. Noah's aboard, as well as Alien for the chat. Turok saying that the Canucks were asleep last game. I think that's something you mentioned. The Canucks were saving their legs
after
too
the
much
third goal, and maybe a little bit before, but after the third goal, you saw it. They weren't really attacking the offensive line anymore.
Yeah.
They weren't.
So that's maybe a bold strategy by the Canucks, knowing what they've got on home ice. They've cooked so far in the series on home ice. Some dramatic finishes, so we'll see if they have one more in store for them tonight. But obviously for the Oilers too, you know you've won in Vancouver's barn once this series.
Yeah.
And you know that your best performance was Game 6. Yeah. And to win tonight, you have to top that.
100%.
So.
Yeah, but you know what? Last game for the Oilers was Game 7. And now tonight is Game 7 for both. So Edmonton's already has that adrenaline from the last game. So, to me, Vancouver gave Edmonton that extra adrenaline because they've already been in this do-or-die game.
Yep. And that's kind of one of those things, right, for the Oilers.
And you know Oilers, this game, they're going to come out flying.
Yeah.
I remember that one game through the year, they came out flying. They had like 10 or 20 shots in the first period. Didn't get nothing, and they still lost the game later on. But, like, it's what they can give out. Look out.
And that'll be where it's on Vancouver. Obviously, down Besser. Some different guys in the lineup tonight. And with a goaltender who, as the series has gone on, not necessarily as shaky as maybe Stuart Skinner's been at times, but you're starting, I think, as a Canucks fan, to feel less and less confident in Shilov's to win you the series himself.
I forget how he was in the first round, how many goals he let in or anything like that, but with Edmonton and Vancouver, he's, 5-4 game, 4-3, 3-2. So he did let in some more in the start of the series. They're both tightening up. They know each other now, how they play. It's just gonna be a really good game now.
Well, that's where we get going, Rory. Yes, Demko is still out. Demko will not be available to the Canucks in Game 7, and for the Oilers tonight, it'll be a big challenge of getting the results early on, like you're saying, right? The Oilers, like we know, they're a quick strike offense. They can get lots of pucks on net. They can create lots of chances on the power play. But if they don't bury one early and often in this period, they, like you said, right?
If Shiloh makes a couple huge, big saves, look out. Here comes Vancouver. It's going to spike them in their own home arena, right? So Edmonton's looking for one right away, but then you're going to look for your response in Skinner. Oh. And you know what? To me, Skinner, he's there. He's ready. He's not wanting to let anything in.
Well, friends, with that, we're going to take our first chance to go check out the watch time here on the stream again tonight, targeting 1,000 hours. I think, though, this evening we can probably maybe get up over 1,500, depending on how things go towards the end of the stream. We're already at, 3.35 on the stream. We're already over 29.5 hours watched on the stream. So 1,000 very doable. We'll see if we're at 100 by the end of the pregame. But again, thank you so much for being aboard here this evening. It is Game 7, Oilers Canucks. Again, Matt, as I take a moment just to refresh who the starting goaltenders are this evening. Stuart Skinner, Archer Shilovs will start this evening's game for the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks as we get set up for do or die Game 7, the best two words in sports, Game 7. And I think what's going to really ramp down to be, if it's tight checking, tight scoring, very tight game at the end. We're both going to be sitting here trying to stammer words out, but as hockey fans and pure fans really at that, just trying to convey it back to you. It's going to be a lot of garbled words, a lot of that live stream tonight, I think.
Yeah.
So, give me just a second.
My heart's already racing just thinking about the first 2 minutes because it's just going to be nuts.
Yeah, and that's exactly the tone set in the first 2 minutes. And then obviously the response if a team gets a goal in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's going to be where this game really takes everything together and tries to find kind of how the story will go, right? Is it going to be an epic comeback on Vancouver's ice for a third time this series?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a game where the Vancouver Canucks really kind of follow the same game plan they had in Game 6? Hey, let's not worry about the first half. Let's kind of lull Edmonton into the trap of the game and then take it to them in the second half.
Yeah.
Obviously, when Edmonton scored that third goal, like you said, that plan went out the window and was more about, okay, if we get the bounce, sure, but Game 7's still there if we need it. And I think now for the Oilers, it's a lot about, like I'm saying, go out there, pound the net early, and get a goal ASAP.
Yep. Yeah, and at the same time, though, if they can stick to how they're playing on defense, you know, they're being more tighter on their back checking big time. And that's helped them because that's their problem at the start of the year. They weren't back checking. There was lots of 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, right? So I'm excited to see how they play defensively tonight, differently or maybe more attack.
Well, that's just it for the Oilers, right? Is if you're pushing pucks up ice and you're playing across the center ice line more often than playing on your own half of the ice, that's just as good of a defense.
Oh, 100%.
But the Oilers need to be careful in that, because I'm already hearing from Oilers fans what the Oilers are doing right here in this series, offensively, defensively minded against the Canucks, won't work against Dallas.
No. Who do you want to get fired up tonight? Who do you see want to get right fired up?
Tonight,
rip one in the net.
I think, Connor McDavid's been very quiet throughout the playoffs, goal scoring wise, and you know how just important that dagger from Connor in a do or die game is.
Yeah.
I know he had a bunch of points in Game 6, but you get Connor McDavid scoring that first goal, something similar to what you were saying about Nugent Hopkins. The guys on the bench are going to be, let's go, right out of the gates. So.
Yeah, and hey, he did get something in the last game too. But tonight, I want to see Nurse. You haven't seen him on anything. It's been all Bouchard at the point.
Yep. So Nurse, and that's the thing about Nurse. The weird part, friends, if you're not really an avid Oilers fan and you kind of just check the scores most of the time, watch the games sometimes.
Well, a lot of people know who Nurse is. No one likes Nurse on the other teams.
But what I'm telling you is with the way Nurse plays, he's always open to score a goal.
Yeah.
Right? He's either walking down the wing or a shot on the net. He's either pumping one in from the point on a kind of stray angle. It's kind of one of those beautiful things about Darnell Nurse.
He needs to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. He's a guy that always looks to score when he's got the puck. Not saying he has the ability to always do it, but he's always looking to. And that's one thing I like definitely about a Game 7. It's like, hey, we got this one guy that might get lucky tonight and squeak one home. So, yeah.
No, exactly. With him, though, I like seeing him when he attacks the net. He tries so hard, and he gets some really nice goals out of it. Or when he's coming in on a 2-on-1, he just lets one rip. He just has a sneaky shot. For a defenseman, it's awesome.
Also, they're talking about Dylan Holloway tonight as well, and Dylan Holloway's a guy who had a kind of good season, kind of up and down year. Obviously, an injury, not a hot starter of the gates, and obviously too he was kind of sent down due to cap casualty. But Game 6, kind of mulching up a bit of ice time, 12-16, a +2, a goal, and he's had some really big goals at big moments for the Oilers in this.
Is it only his third year at the Oilers?
This is his third year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. His third year. So, he's just a growing player, and when he came on, when you see him with the puck, he just handles it so smoothly.
Yeah,
it's not like he's nervous and overreacting. He's really smooth with it, and his shot is really smooth.
And that's something that I think a lot of the Oilers staff have made Dylan Holloway focus on in his time in the minors is, hey, be confident, be direct, right?
Yeah.
Being direct with that puck, make sure you know what you're doing with it, and make sure it does what you want it to do. Oh. And you're watching the results, like you're saying, right?
Oh, exactly.
Smoothness in that shot, everything, and honestly, you give Dylan Holloway time and space in this series, he's going to score.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody that kind of.
Well, hey, look, they're talking about Sheoffs right now, right? He had 27 saves and 5 goals in on him, but still, he made some pretty nice saves on the 25 saves that he made.
And that's just it tonight.
I'm expecting this is his first ever in
Game
the
7,
in the NHL. Really, I don't even know how many he played this season. Not probably many, but he's really shown himself. I'm really excited to see him thrive, but at the same time, Skinner too. I'd like to see a good goalie battle tonight, because then at least it's going to be tight.
Yeah. And I mean, Stuart Skinner tonight, friends, after starting Game 6, he had a pretty impressive game in Game 6, kind of stepping in there, quieting the doubt, not necessarily dismissing the doubt, because he didn't face enough shots to go out there and make all the saves Sheelovs is making.
Yeah.
But still, for Stu now tonight, if you get that calm game from him that he has in him, right? If you get that confident play, and the Oilers limit the shots, there really isn't much all to worry about this evening for the Edmonton Oilers, as long as the offense and Sheelovs kind of do their part to allow the Oilers to get what they need out of tonight's game.
Oh, okay. I like it. But you know what, Skinner, he played good in the LA series, and he could just been getting tired. He's not being able to focus.
Yep.
The last game that I did watch him play, he looked really nervous, like you were saying, and the last game they won, he looked really calm. Yep. And that's the Skinner that everybody loves. Right? He could have been just exhausted.
Yep. And obviously Calvin Pickard gave you enough to be in this series still, right? I think everybody will say, well, Stuart Skinner forced you to have to be here. But it's like, well, you also put another goalie in there for 2 games in a period, and he could be a much different angle if he didn't deliver. And that's where I do want to give a lot of credit to Calvin Pickard for stepping into his first playoff starts and coming up with a win and a loss. Yeah. But nonetheless, a stellar effort that shows the Oilers deserve.
Even in his loss, he only had 3 goals on 32 saves. Yeah. And to me, that's right there. I thought they were going to put him back in, but then because Skinner's all rested, they felt confident with him. I like their judgment.
Yeah. That's just it. So, friends, we're going to the chat here for a moment to welcome Lyle in and Tristan aboard, Ella as well, and Action Jackson joining the board for us this evening. Ken, I will be streaming through to the Cup final. Well, we'll see what the Cup final, Stanley Cup playoff games from here interfere with ball. Obviously, if it's an Oilers game the rest of the way home to the Cup final, I'll be here no matter what. But other games, it's kind of difficult there because obviously the ball team does need a guy to show up if he pays his league fees. So that's where we're at. Greg Segula, welcome in as well. Thanks for being aboard here this evening, as we also see Canucks Nate join aboard into the chat as we get towards just about 1,000 views on the live stream already here out of the gate, 27 minutes in. Just want to give you an update on the watch time, and then I'll appeal to you to hit that subscribe button as well here tonight. We're up to 58.62 hours watched on the stream, friends. We are absolutely crushing along here tonight. Thank you for being aboard. William, welcome in as well. And friends, what I will tell you right now, if you're new to the channel, I do want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Tonight, I have no clue what to expect for total viewers, no clue what to expect for everybody tuning in. So if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button, there is a possibility with 173 more of you hitting the subscribe button tonight, we hit 16,000 here on Dolynny TV. So that is something that would be pretty dang special if we could achieve it this evening. But Matt, we've talked about pretty much every headline, every idea out there. I think we can really throw down for Game 7.
Besides the coaches, that's about it. How nervous they are and what did they change, I guess we're going to see.
And that's just it. The players come and go in the lineup. Goaltenders have come and gone for the Oilers in this series. Obviously, Sheelovs has had good and bad performances for the Vancouver Canucks. I guess, to your point, what do you think?
What do you think that Paul Coffey changed or tightened up on the defense? It's Game 7. They're going to be tweaking everything.
And on Vancouver's side too, right? If Rick Tocchet made a tactical change after the 3rd goal in Game 6 where he said, cool, we've pretty much lost handle on this one. We need to go into Game 7 to win this one. What he has up his sleeve for Game 7 at home, right? Lineup matchups, which feature Miller's line against Connor McDavid quite heavily at home in Vancouver. How much is that going to play a factor for the Canucks tonight as opposed to when they were on the road and couldn't quite do that?
They're going to have different chemistry in there, aren't they, right? They're going to change it up like that. But you got to really look at how last game there was, probably 8 power plays, no goals?
Yeah, and I think we've had 2 straight games of that, actually.
So something's going to happen.
Yeah, and I think that's where Greg was saying that a ref might be the reason why this game takes a turn it does. And I think if after 7 games that it takes a ref to decide the series, that is ultimately just comes down to the nature of hockey at the end of the day, right? Is you had 6 other chances to win 4, and if it comes down to Game 7, it's kind of a crapshoot no matter what. So hopefully tonight, obviously no egregious ref calls that throw the game out for left field, But again, tonight I think you're going to see both teams really try to stay out of the penalty box no matter what. So.
Yeah, they're going to try to play a clean game. Things are going to happen, but refs are going to let things probably go and let them ride out because this is Game 7.
So Earth-Base, welcome aboard. Team Martellus, welcome aboard. Gord, welcome in as well. Jan, welcome in. Canucks Nation in the building, tuning in for the Vancouver Canucks always.
Hey, more the merrier.
Max, welcome in, saying that Mr. Leon Draisaitl, who up until tonight has escaped the playoffs so far, injury-free by the looks of it, might have something up his sleeves this evening for us in what could be his best game of the playoffs so far. Epiphany's in the chat as well. Thank you for being aboard here tonight, old friend, as we're going to quickly crank that up. I don't know why that keeps going down every time. For some reason, that volume button, every time we hit the restream button, it goes down in volume. So, yeah, friends, we are getting things going here tonight towards puck drop. Obviously, they got Leon Draisaitl on the camera right now. What else do we got? We got Magic joining aboard for the chat as well, friends.
Well, Draisaitl, you know, they're all probably playing with some type of injury or sore or like not one or two, probably 3 or 4 bruises going on right now.
Yeah.
So they're all hurting. Both teams.
I gotta say though, seeing Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl fully forming actual playoff beards finally, that is pretty dang special, I must say. It's something us Oilers fans have waited a long time for. I know we've been to Game 6 and we've been to the third round and stuff, but these guys are now officially old, right? They're not 22, 23-year-old kids anymore. They're Leo would be 28 now.
Oh, really?
Right? So, like, these guys are at that stage where
because we're getting older. That's why they're getting a little older, right?
So, I'm sitting here thinking I'm able to grow the full beard now. While you look at Connor McDavid, it barely looks like Connor McDavid on the camera now.
Yeah,
because of the
but it's a
beard.
good look for him, though. It's a good look for him, for at least for the playoffs, right? Show your grit.
Yeah. As Trevor, welcome aboard. As the Edmonton Oilers will get things going. Mikheyev, Miller, Pettersson on the top line. Joshua, Lindholm, Garland on the second line. That second line might be a problem. DiGiuseppe, Bluger, Ullman, and then Höglander, Lafferty, and Suter. So the Canucks lines are kind of starting to look like we are in a Game 7. We're 2 rounds deep, and stuff happens. And obviously stuff has happened in this series. So the...
And did you see that there too? I think Dion Smith is back up.
Oh, Mr. Casey DeSmith, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was back.
Yeah, so he's been back, but I think they're being cautious with him because they know he's not 100% either, but he's good enough to go in there in case he needs to. So Canucks have pretty good faith in their guy in Archer Shilovs. Obviously, that's why we didn't see him pulled on 5 goals last game. But
no, hey, that's his first 5-goal probably playoff game. So you know what? Let him ride it out. Goalies don't like being pulled and have to drag themselves out of it. Yeah. Right.
So here we go, friends. We are just about to the 7 o'clock hour. 6:55 on the clock as we get towards that great old 7 o'clock puck drop. It'll be about 7:15 tonight or 7:20. I know Vancouver, I think, has been sooner puck drops than Edmonton. But also I want to mention something we were talking about early on the series is the team that scores the opening goal of the series on the power play. I think it was through Game 3 up until the Oilers won Game 4, had lost the game. What has now transpired since then is the fact that every team that has lost or won the game in the series has taken the opening penalty.
Oh, has it been?
So that's one thing to watch for tonight, one of those weird things. We're seeing from Tim, who was wrong last time, Odon saying that it was going to be a first team that scores loses the game. Well, Tim is tonight predicting that he thinks the Oilers will win, and he doesn't like it one bit. So I don't know if that's
like a guy that can admit it, though.
Well, right? That's just it, right? We'll take that from our guy right there. So Danish, welcome aboard tonight as the Oilers and Canucks get underway here in a matter of about 20 minutes time. Again, friends, to those of you watching back home, thanks for being aboard here this evening. Glad to have you aboard. I will again encourage you to hit the subscribe button. We're less than 175 subscribers away from 16,000 tonight. So tonight could be the big show that we hit 16K on here on Dolynny TV. And for those of you tuning in for the first time in a little while, wondering who this guy is, well, we'll once again run down Matt's hockey career here one more time. So Matt, born and raised in Edmonton, moved to Calgary, and that's where the journey began.
Yeah, just my dad put me into some hockey week in Calgary for Crowfoot, and I was a defenseman for 2, left for 2, center for 2, and then I was a goalie for about 21 years.
Played a little bit of junior B.
A little bit of junior B after my midgets. Yes, I was in Didsbury, and then I was in Airdrie for 1 year each. But the best part was my cousin, when I was a kid, I looked up to him as a goalie. I always wanted to be a goalie. My dad said, no, you're going to be a player because your cousin can't skate, he can't stick handle, he can't pass, but he's a good goalie.
Yep.
So he said he wanted me to learn it all, and it actually helped a lot.
Yep.
It did, yeah.
So there you go. That's a little bit of Matt's history. Obviously for me, back home friends as well. A former junior B, well, still, I don't know, we'll mess around with it. Still kind of could be a junior B broadcaster. I broadcast with the Cold Lake Ice on and off over the span of about 10 years, I guess you could say. Awesome. And obviously, too, covering hockey provincials, I've covered a grand total of 6, I believe, 6 or 7 now in my career total. So lots of hockey under the belt here as we get towards puck drop for the Oilers and the Canucks tonight again as well. Just a reminder, if you haven't already left a like on the stream, make sure to do that here tonight as the Oilers and Canucks will get underway here in a matter of moments. As the Oilers, obviously Ken saying will likely score first in the first 2 minutes of the hockey game. That's something that we talked about early on the stream is for the Oilers, they have to score early, often, and all the time if they really want to try and bring this one home tonight.
Yeah, well, but you got to look at how Vancouver's actually going to react to that because that's what they put up with last night. Yeah. And they were sitting back a little too much. So tonight's going to be a different look from Vancouver. So Edmonton's going to have to change their game up on how they play against Vancouver tonight.
Well, I'll also say that it is 7 o'clock now, and Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic has just gone live. Austin either live right now or going momentarily. And, of course, Hot Take Hockey, as far as we last knew, was live as well. So lots of options across the Oilers sphere to catch your live commentary broadcasts of tonight's hockey game. So I'll be glad to have you aboard for tonight's game hanging out with us. But of course, when you get a chance, go check out the other guys and see where they're up to, what they're doing. Megan tuning into the chat this evening, and we got 432 in there as well, and Abigail asking if the game will be streamed here this evening. Unfortunately, I can't stream the game for those of you back home wondering if I can, simply because of copyrights with the NHL. In fact, doing this, what we're doing right now, got me in copyright trouble with the NHL back in 2018-19, but they've been gracious enough to work out a deal and obviously allow us to do what we do on these broadcasts, whether it be Patrick, Austin, John, myself, me, Matt here, whatever the case might be. So we'll graciously just bring you as much coverage as we possibly can here tonight. And again, friends, for those of you wondering, we've crossed 106 hours on the stream, so we're 1/10 of the way to the 1,000 for the night. We could be in for a very good one this evening. Brian, welcome aboard. And Leafs Nation, being an Oilers fan and playing Junior B in Calgary is illegal, right? Well, he's talking about your hockey over the course of the years.
What about Junior B? What's the what?
Being an Oilers fan and playing Junior B or playing any level of hockey in Calgary is illegal, right? I think what you missed is, off the top there, Matt was born and raised Edmonton, so yeah. That's where maybe you took some lumps in the dressing room over the course of the year.
No, through my whole life. Through my whole life, just being from Edmonton, then they found out you're a goalie, so you're worse. So it makes life fun.
I like it. All right, friends, Roxanne, welcome aboard. Maggie, welcome in as well. Thank you for being aboard as we get set for Oilers Canucks. They've got the pregame intro video coming live on our television sets right now as we are about to witness it all as the Oilers and Canucks take Game 7.
Game 7.
This is where I'm looking forward to seeing.
Are you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, or do you think it's going to be a low-scoring game? Let's get our stuff going here.
If the Oilers are to win tonight, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Like, not necessarily for the Canucks, but kind of similar to Game 6.
Yeah.
Really, the Oilers, I think, need to find that soul crusher in their hockey game, right? And in Game 7 against the Canucks, when you're trying to prove a point maybe also to Dallas that, hey, we're here, we're legit, we're ready to take this on.
Yeah.
I think a soul-crushing game against the Vancouver Canucks would definitely be in the works to try and move on to round number 3.
I'm going 4-2.
Yeah, and I've seen that in the chat quite a bit already as well. So I would assume 4-2 for the Oilers, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Would be a safe bet. Obviously, probably 3-2 late and then an empty netter to make it 4-2 is generally how I'm hoping that one would break down, because I would leave.
No. We know you want the 3-2, right? Get some overtime in there. Get the more of the intensity going.
Yeah, we're not touching that thing yet.
Let's start sweating.
Right. As Poogie's joining on board, and as well Andrew and Angie along for the ride here this evening. Rob, tuning in, Canucks fan, but hoping for a Canucks win. But either way, even if the Oilers win tonight, please bring home the cup. So right. That's I think the biggest message either fan base can send tonight. Whoever wins tonight, go get the job done.
Yep.
You just can't. There's no more excuses. There's no more reason not to. Tonight, if you have the chance to move on, you got to come home with the cup at the end of the day.
And at the end of the night too, that's how the rest of Canada's thinking too.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's bring a cup back. It's been what, 32 years?
Yep.
31 years.
31, I think.
31.
Sure,
yeah. Last was Montreal, right?
In 93.
Yep.
So that's one of the sentiments we are going to see a lot tonight. Is just anybody, I don't care how, I don't care who, just bring it home. And I think we're hearing from Boss Man's dad here tonight, even saying what is going to happen tonight. Whatever you do, just don't be late for work tomorrow morning. So I'm already getting the chirps. Maybe I'm working at 7 and I don't know yet. Something's up. Either way, we got enough work done on the weekend there on Saturday to get us set up for a good Monday. We shouldn't have to worry too much about things. And I think we're back to full staff for the first time in 2 weeks. So
there you go.
Be good. Obviously, what do you got on the table tomorrow at work?
I'm not sure. Boss has something planned out. Probably something in a sixplex, doing Stairmasters all day.
Excellent. There you go, friends. Building Alberta one step at a time down here in southern Alberta as we welcome in outside the plaza in Vancouver, as all the fans waiting nervously for this game to get underway.
It's going to be a good game.
And this is going to be a fantastic one. I think a lot of fans with the face paint. Very few Oilers jerseys out in that sea of blue.
Yeah.
Obviously at Ice District, though, it is all Oilers jerseys all day.
Yeah, but I love seeing the old Vancouver Canuck jerseys.
Yeah,
when you're in Vancouver, you get to see the old school jersey. Just brings back great memories. There
is a lot of great Canucks memories over the years, and obviously Canucks have played some big games over the years, whether it be 2011, 1994. Canucks have been in the playoffs a lot during those stretches there.
Yep.
And over the past 10, 15 years, it maybe hasn't been as dominant of a stretch as it was the 10, 15 before it.
Yeah.
But for the Canucks tonight, a big moment in franchise history. Are they going to be the team that kind of sends the Oilers into a season of a summer OY, or are the Oilers going to be the team that moves on and the Canucks say, hey, we've got you next time?
Both have amazing chances to do it, but to me it's going to be whoever can have more chances, because that's what we've seen in other games.
And obviously chances will lead to bounces, bounces will lead to goals, and goals lead to pressure on the other team to respond, which has also happened a lot this series.
Yep.
But you got to think both teams on fumes entering Game 7. If you have to chase the whole game, you don't stand much of a chance, I don't think.
You don't, but you do have the chance to come back because you both have the nucleus to do it. Right? And they have the speed, and they're just both solid teams. So either of these teams that come out, we're all praying for them to go and actually take the cup home for us.
Yeah. William, the Stars have a good roster, but whoever wins tonight will give them a run for their money. I think the Dallas Stars, I want to take nothing away from the Stars or the Canucks, but obviously both the Oilers and Canucks stand up pretty good to Dallas, just simply because you're into third round, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, guys are dealing with 3-4 bruises. Guys might have a hidden injury. Guys are just generally tired. Guys are tired of being away from the family. Guys are just worn out. It's been a long year. And it ultimately comes down to, yes, everybody's locked in, everybody's battling, but there are advantages to be gained in the third round that you don't have in round 1. You don't have until late in round 2.
Yeah.
So
that's like with McDavid. He's always showed his speed. So right now with everyone, bumped and bruised and a little bit exhausted, he has some more opportunities if he wanted to turn it up to his full gear and blow by people.
Well, and that's one thing we really haven't seen much of all series for Connor McDavid. Is that high?
They've been tight checking him. Right when he touches the puck, they're on him, so then he gives them no opportunities.
Yeah. So I think tonight you'll see for Connor McDavid a game, like I'm saying, something early on that says, hey, he's here.
Yeah.
This is his moment, right? This is
an
opportunity for the third season in a row to go at least 6 games in the second round, but twice out of the past 3 to go to the third round.
Yep.
So, friends, I'm going to take one more time here to quickly check the watch time. Matt, if you had a point, you go for it there, buddy.
I'd just like to see tonight for sure them use their defense more to probably get some more one-timers or move the puck around a little bit more or see a defenseman pinch, try to make a play, right? Switch a forward to a D just while you're doing your transition. It gives you a different play in the circle.
Yep. And that's, I think, for the Oilers tonight, they're going to have to pull out of the playbook very deep.
Yeah.
And look very hard to find something they haven't thrown at Vancouver yet.
Yeah.
But something that Vancouver can't defend at the same time.
Yeah.
And obviously, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid playing together. You've seen a lot of that this series. So
just wait to see Draisaitl on the goal line again. He just wants to show off top, right?
Yeah.
He loves that spot.
So friends, we're on a commercial break, and then we should be coming back to the last panel talk of the pregame, and then we should be going into the anthem, the one anthem pregame, and then bing bang, let's do this thing. The Oilers and the Canucks, Game 7 in a matter of moments. Everybody's still kind of going here in this situation as we have got everybody starting to chat about politics and stuff here in the chat. Some not so great stuff going on there. Again, friends, politics, anything racism will be deleted in the chat.
Yeah,
so keep it hockey related if we can. And let's go here to Vancouver and Edmonton as it is one more time to talk with the panel before we go into tonight's hockey game. As
there's our politics for the night right there.
There you have it. Ron McLean and Luke Gazdic versus Mr. Kevin Bieksa. That's the kind of politics I want to talk. Former Oiler versus former Canucks. Both guys weren't shy to drop the mitts. That's the kind of politics I want to talk about. The guy on the other team beaking his mouth off and the guy on our team responding right back, vice versa. So that's where we got to go. And obviously the politics tonight, if you want to talk any politics in the chat, I think we had a comment there from Greg's Google saying about the reffing. That's the politics I want to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Who's getting the better end of the deal, right? That's when it comes to the reffing. That's something we'll debate all night tonight, I'm sure.
Tonight you're going to see Game 7 reffing, and it's not going to be much, but when something's really serious, they're going to call it. So, or if two people are scrapping, they're going to take them both. They just want them to tighten it up.
Yeah. So here we go, friends. We are just about set for this one here tonight. Edmonton, Vancouver. Vancouver is on the ice with the towel kid waving the towel right now at center ice, getting set for tonight's hockey game. Just about to cross 3,000 views on the live stream. Thank you, everybody back home, for tuning in to the pregame edition. Once again, I will say, if you haven't already considered subscribing on Dolynny TV, I would appreciate you doing that here tonight. We are less than 170 away from 16,000 tonight, so we are closing in on the big number, 16,000, before these playoffs could possibly be up and done for both teams by the end of it. So here we go, friends. Again, to the chat, well, lifetime welcome aboard. Jim missed you earlier. Brenny, welcome in. Cheering for Vancouver, however, I always mention those folks, though. Melinda, welcome in as well. Still on the oil rig, losing my crap out here. Game 7, Oilers are hungry. So, yeah, there's a lot to go here.
Hey, Vancouver, but Vancouver's hungry. Right? They're just as hungry.
That is fair, as well as the Oilers stream freezes up on me here back home. So give me a second here to just go get this.
Fair, because you know what, Vancouver, they're not no slouch.
No,
they got first in our division for a reason. So this is going to turn out to be a really impactful game.
So here we go. Stuart Skinner coming down the tunnel. The Canucks faithful giving the Oilers an earful as they hit the ice right now as the Oilers get things going here in a matter of moments. Oilers Canucks Game 7, friends. Can you smell that in the air? It is
Game 7.
Game 7. That's just it. You knew where I was going on that. The Oilers Canucks Do or die for both teams. Canucks had a chance to eliminate the Oilers in Game 6. The Oilers instead stormed back with an incredible response. And I think what you're going to see tonight is the fact that the Oilers are going to have to push through a very steady Canucks team, a very well defending Canucks team, and a very well goaltended Canucks team.
Yep.
But the Oilers are the team that have it in them to be able to do that.
No, 100%. And they showed last game. Even though if Vancouver fans want to say that Vancouver sat back a bit, but they still did push through.
Yeah.
They just got to keep the motivation going from last game to this game and just tighten up.
Well, we'll see where this Edmonton Oilers team goes tonight as we have the Orca there standing at center ice. We have a couple of more videos of everything there. And what did I miss?
Huh?
Yes, Besser is out. Sorry, I didn't realize I missed Josh's message. I must have read it and then swiped away. But friends, we are ready to go here as Ilya Mikheyev will start on the ice on the top line tonight. He's had a tough series thus far, but he will get a promotion to the top line in place of Brock Besser. We are just about at 100 likes on the stream, friends, so 98 out of 100. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, do that. And let's get to it. The Oilers and Canucks set for the anthems here. Ryan McLeod will take the opening face-off against JT Miller, as has been Chris Knobloch's plan so far this series. I don't know what about Ryan McLeod allows him to line up well against JT Miller, but it's kind of gotten Connor McDavid away from him a couple of times here in this series. So we'll see where it goes as the Oilers and Canucks get going here in a matter of moments. And sorry, he's just asking me a couple questions. There we go. We are good to go. Sorry, friends. Elizabeth Irving will sing the national anthem this evening for us, taking us home for this evening's action in the pregame. Just about to wrap up, obviously, Matt. The Oilers, alongside Warren Foegele and Derek Ryan, is Ryan McLeod to take the face-off tonight. It'll be Darnell Nurse and Vinny Desharnais that start on the line for the Oilers. For the Canucks, so obviously it's the top line, probably followed up with, of course, Hronek and Hughes on the defensive side. The Canada flag going through the crowd right now. And we are just about set for hockey this evening, friends, as the fans sing us home here tonight.
Just call this the Canada Cup.
Right, this is the big one, as this is going to tell us who remains in the Final Four of the Stanley Cup playoffs here tonight, as Mr. Mikey V is fired up as well. Phone is dinging off the hook tonight, and we're almost up to 3,500 views already on the stream, so we're going to walk home what has almost been 200 hours on the pregame edition. Friends, one last time for those of you back home, I can't thank you enough for hanging out with us this evening. It is greatly appreciated as we go up to 197 hours watched on the pregame edition. Let's do it. The Edmonton Oilers, the Vancouver Canucks, game number 7 this evening, as we've got the BCLC playoff hero. We've got one last thing here as the Canucks fans are doing their best right now. It looks like we have a little bit of a throwback to a former Canucks player. I can't for the life of me name who that is.
I don't want to say it wrong.
But this one's going to be whining the siren here inside Vancouver. And let's do this, Edmonton Oilers fans, Canucks fans aside, are along for the ride. And the Oilers ready to do battle in game number 7. If I look worried, well, dang rights I should be. It is game 7 after all. I can be as confident as I want. And the only look on my face is going to be worry as we get set up for this face-off at center ice. The Edmonton Oilers, the Vancouver Canucks. You ready for this one, Martin?
Oh, I'm prime ready.
As this will be Rick Tocchet putting the leg up
Game
on the ice.
7. Who's going to go golfing first, right?
Face off to the far side, fired in by Darnell Nurse. Around to the near side, will be backhanded there to Hronek. Derek Ryan comes crashing down. Foegele wraparound attempt right off the skates of Mikheyev into the corner. He reverses now for Hughes, left corner out of the zone, up into the middle of the ice. The Canucks across the Oilers line, turned back by the skates of Desharnais, and then a bad pass from Nurse puts it behind the net. And the Canucks are getting to the attack here. First thing out of the gate inside the Oilers zone. Backed up along the wall, it goes now for Mikheyev, firing around to the far side corner. Fogel's there, can't meet the puck. The Canucks keep it in. A shot on Miller as the puck goes up and out of play. The goaltender tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, Mr. Stuart Skinner, will get us started, and will be Archer Shilov's in net for the Vancouver Canucks. We got 60 minutes to play when puck drop happened. We're already 38 seconds in with nothing solved yet. So we have a face-off inside the Oilers zone. Draisaitl will come out to take the draw here against Elias Lindholm of the Vancouver Canucks, as this will be down. It'll be tossed up. The Canucks come up with the puck back to the point here. Shot from the point, off the wall, picked up there by Skinner, pushed back behind the net. Short side shot as Draisaitl gets it off of Stuart Skinner, and the Oilers bust back the other way. Here's Ceci down the right wing, shot towards Shilov's. Glove down, and that's something you've seen from Shilov's all playoffs. Is those long-range shots. He's very steady on keeping that and whistling it down as opposed to playing it off.
Yeah, but then he had no rebounds. He just took the control of it.
Yep.
And I think this went off the crossbar, but I could be wrong. Nope, he just missed.
Okay, just straight through, eh? Yep, straight through. Even missed Stuart Skinner trying to hunch it with the shoulder. So, yep. 19:05 go in the first period. Face-off down, Draisaitl loses it to Vancouver. They'll flip up off the glass and into the Oilers' territory as Cody Ceci comes to meet it along the near side corner. He takes a hard ride there. Kulak helped it ahead. And this is something we haven't seen much of in this series. The bodies are flying out there along the boards right now. I know the Oilers came out hitting last game, but obviously now the Oilers trying to get back on the body. Kane's battling in front against Zadorov, so that battle does continue early on tonight as Holloway coming out of the corner. Holloway spins, fires, shot, rebound. Oilers denied by Shilov's. Scrambling around, the best chance of the game thus far. The Oilers come away with a good-looking one right there. And then along the wall, the puck is forced out by Vancouver. And this one continues to tie up just outside of the Vancouver line. It's flipped back to the middle of the ice and picked up now by the Edmonton Oilers here to the far side. Bouchard takes a bump from Bluger, able to make the pass up in the middle of the ice. Turn back there, Hyman gets across the line, but the Canucks are offside, and the linesman's doing all kinds of maneuvers there with the hands, knowing that was a mile offside. So, wow. Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers. That
was a beautiful toe save, though, that Vancouver's goalie made. Shilov. Oh, no, it was a blocker save. Stretched out for that catch.
All right, here we go. Get this going. 18:08 to go in this first period of play. Fired in by Vancouver. As this comes down low as the Matthias Ekholm guy. He'll fire up the boards out to center. The Canucks with the puck now as they bat back and forth. The text messages coming in fast and furious here tonight as Gio joins the chat. Terry as well, as this is fired in by Vancouver. Bobbled all the way in behind the Oilers net. 17:46 to go in this first period as Ekholm across the line to the far side. The Oilers jump into the shot action right like that. Good looking opportunity there for the Oilers. I think that was that Nuge or was that McDavid shooting that puck from the slot? As this will be a backhand over to Bouchard. Now it bounces off his stick and out in his center ice as Ekholm will come up with it. Nugent Hopkins back to Bouchard. And the top line will go off for a line change here. You're going to see a lot of Bouchard tonight.
Yeah.
He has really evolved into, I know Ekholm's quote-unquote, I think my number one, but I think Bouchard is truly the number one at this point.
Well, he's locked in.
As Brown takes a hard hit there from Carson Soucy, the puck goes around to the far side for Nurse. He'll fire one into the far side corner. Myers tries to help it out of the zone. Instead, Brown gets the turnover, and then Janmark can't fire it on time, and it comes back the other way now for the Canucks in the middle of the ice to the far side benches around Nurse. Hoglander gets in, but it's turned back quickly by Carrick. And both teams just doing their best to push this puck deep into the zone.
Yeah, get a good
quick changes.
Exactly.
So 15th time two Canadian teams have met in a Game 7. Up along off the boards there, the Oilers will chip into the Canucks zone. Ian Cole up the near side boards. Derek Ryan hems it back inside the zone, keeping it along the wall. And Ian Cole will come up with the puck to the far side, forced out into the middle of the ice off an Oilers stick, and it will come back now in the Canucks zone by the looks of that maybe. So the Oilers, Canucks doing battle here early on in Game 7, and so far it's been exactly what we expected it to be.
100% Oilers came out firing, but Zaroff, he's down on his head early.
Yep. And now this will be a face-off for the Canucks, a pivotal one here to try and keep the Oilers at bay for right now. Obviously, the Oilers have pushed early on, had a couple of good chances, but you got to think if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you need to start cashing one sometime in the next 5-10 minutes here. You can't let this period wind down to the last 5 minutes, or else maybe that gives Vancouver a big swing of momentum surviving your early on action. As this puck's fired out to center ice, picked up by Joshua across to the far side. First big test for Skinner. Looks like it missed wide there, as this will be into the near side corner. Garland rushing to the middle of the ice, cut off there by Holloway. Holloway is going to load up Draisaitl. He bobbles it into the Canucks zone. 15:58 to go in this first period as Cole will take a bump there from Kane. The Oilers contain the puck for a moment. The Canucks, though, transition back the other way. Zadorov will fire to the middle of the ice. He can't get it through. And now this will be played ahead again by the Oilers to the middle of the ice. Ceci will just fire across the red line, and everybody goes off for another line change again. Both teams high-tempo line changes here early on. 15:35 to go in this first period of play. The Canucks across the line. Pettersson leaves it there. Miller to the outside against McDavid is taken in along the wall. Right pass in front, taken away by the Oilers. And the Canucks turn this back down low again. And the nervous energy starts setting in here every time the Canucks start setting up action in the Oilers zone. A nice save for Skinner from a shot from the outside. Will load up Hyman down the right wing. He's pushing the pace into the Canucks zone. Drags on net. Rebound in front. Bouchard the shot. She loves the save. And that's another good sequence. The Oilers take the puck to the net, get a rebound, and force the save.
Yep. And that was about 2 or 3 saves he had to make quickly.
That was a good opportunity, too, for the Canucks. Garland just missed it wide of the post. And, both teams right now trying to feel out that nervous energy. And obviously, Pettersson came so close to getting it in front. Bouchard hauls him down. With 18 points in these 2024 playoffs, Bouchard's leading all defensemen, as Carrick will come for the face-off inside the Canucks zone. 6-1, the shots on goal for the Oilers just 5 minutes in tonight. So good positive sign as Shilovs plays that one off. So a weird kind of puck in the feet there that he usually doesn't play. Instead goes out to the far side, and this will be fired back inside the Canucks offensive zone, but out of play.
Up and out.
So we bleed off 10 seconds of play. Kayak, and good job on the stream, lads, saying we're doing a good job. Well, thank you for being aboard, and thank you for making it be possible to have a good job, I guess, on the stream. Obviously, for those of you back home, we cannot do it without you, so thank you for being a big part of the success here tonight. So,
and I appreciate you letting me come back.
Well, hey, we got something to finish off here, whether we go home and don't start up another one the rest of the way home, or whether we get to keep going for 4 more at least against Dallas. We'll see what happens as it's fired in by the Canucks, turned back at the line by the Oilers. Big hit in the neutral zone. See Stuart Skinner direct traffic for Vinny Desharnais. Takes a bump there. And this comes to the near side boards. Darnell Nurse keeps rolling along the boards, and the Canucks able to come away with it as they just spun out of danger there. Hughes over the far side. Hronik the shot from the point. Although Skinner was being interfered with pretty heavily in front. As that'll be Nurse firing off the play and getting it out of the zone off of Brown's skates. 14-14 to go in this first period of play. Fired back in to the other zone. Stuart Skinner plays the puck as it'll be back now near side for Desharnais. Desharnais up off the boards, turns it over to Vancouver. Pass right in front. Mikheyev in on net. Just wide of the net. As I think Stuart Skinner, you're saying nice save, might have gotten a toe of it, as here's Mikheyev again. Shot blocked there for the Oilers. A gift for Vancouver, as that was a heck of a chance. There's this puck will be flipped out of play now by Vancouver.
I think Skinner got a piece of it.
13:44 to go, and Desharnais just coughed up a big-time opportunity as it's right in front, and
no, he missed
off the outside of the back side.
Skinner, what's going on?
So Skinner gives up just enough of the net for him to miss, and the Oilers get just enough of a break to keep it tied 0-0. So, oh boy, we are in for an interesting finish.
Vancouver's coming on though.
Yep.
They're actually showing how they were 2 games ago when Edmonton scored. They came back and scored right away. That's how they're looking right now, like they're on the hunt.
Well, and now Vancouver, obviously a team that does have as well that quick strike offense we talk about with the Oilers. So you got to be really careful here, friends. We're up to 253 hours watched on the stream, so just about a quarter of the way through the total goal tonight. We've been live for just over an hour now this evening, and what I will tell you as well is make sure to hit that subscribe button here tonight. Friends, we are closing in on 16,000 subscribers. Last check, we're on commercial break right now on the broadcast, but last check, what I can tell you here tonight is we are at 15,827, and now all of a sudden we are at 15,841. So we're cruising along, 159 subscribers to go to 16,000. Would be great to have you aboard here on Dolynny TV for whatever is to come the rest of the way tonight and whatever is to come the rest of the way in these playoffs. So the Edmonton Oilers obviously survived the most dangerous chance of the game so far. Oilers have had two good looks, but the Canucks won by Mikheyev missing backdoor on Skinner.
Yeah, but he didn't get it on net. Edmonton did, and Sheloff made some really good saves. Stood on his head. So you're looking from that now from Skinner from here on.
Mikheyev's third career Game 7. He is 0 for 2 in Game 7, so that's a tough record to have coming into a do-or-die game against the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see what happens. 13:44 to go in this first period as the face-off now. For Draisaitl, he'll scramble it up here back now for Bouchard. Bouchard and saw Ekholm and Connor Garland get tangled up as this will be across the line. Draisaitl firing the shot. Kane missing just wide off the save there of Shelov's. Now to the far side, loading up. They're not looking for Holloway in front. Now they look to Kane in front. Couldn't get it through. The Oilers keep it on side for a brief moment. Joshua able to transition back the other way. The shot loading from Garland. Fired towards Skinner. He makes a little bit of a change-up save, but still makes the save.
They made a nice calm save. Nice calm save from a long distance. That's good for him. But look at Holloway. He was calling for it 3 times.
Yep.
And no one gave it to him. If I would have been there, hey, you give him. He's calling for it. He wants to send it.
Yep. And that's exactly. He was in a prime position to send it as
both
well.
times.
Yep. They're still showing that Mikheyev chance. That is going to be a highlight of the game here the whole night, especially after the first period. If the Canucks find themselves in a tied game or down at all to the Edmonton Oilers after one period of play, you will see a lot of highlights of that over every broadcast out there on YouTube. As this picked up, CC bounced up off the boards now, and this will come now for Hughes inside the Canucks zone. McLeod just rolled him out. Derek Ryan, point blank from inside the dot, shot saved by Shelov.
He was ready for it.
And that's one area you have not seen the Oilers with a right-handed shot be able to shoot the puck much. But they got a good-looking one there. And how about Ryan McLeod getting on the body on Hughes, winning the battle, and Derek Ryan right in the dot area firing that shot.
But Sheloff was out and playing his extra position outside the crease, so he took the angle away, no problem.
Here we go, 12:59 to go in this first period of play. McDavid's line now on the ice. They've got Hyman on the left wing, so it'll be interesting to see where he kind of peels in for this play, as this will be back to the point. Bouchard keeps it alive at the line. The Canucks able to get out, and now the Canucks kind of have the Oilers caught in a little bit of a run back to their own zone, though. McDavid with the steal able to help the Oilers play it forward, but the camera started zooming out before that puck deflected out, and that's what was losing me there a little bit. As we will have now a little stoppage in play here. Miller's 5th career Game 7. His record 1-3. So a tough go for a couple of key members of the top line for Vancouver tonight.
It's tough playoff hockey.
As this will be Miller against McDavid at center ice, obviously. McDavid trying to change his fortunes against JT Miller, one might add. This will be now McDavid coming in against Myers down low. McDavid trying to steal the puck away. Nuge might have just done it. No, it's pushed forward by Miller, who takes a bump from Hyman. Nuge is spun off there by Myers. Frees up the puck for Pettersson, who will rifle into the far side corner. Picked up now by Ekholm. 12:20 to go in this first period of play. 8-1 the shots for the Oilers. So far the Oilers have done a pretty good job here early on in this hockey game. But like we're saying, you got to cash one before the 5-minute mark of the first period, or the Canucks start gaining all the momentum in the game, as this comes back into the Oilers' end for an icing call with 12:01 to go in this first period of play. Oh boy, we're having fun tonight.
Right, but if you look what they're saying on the stats here, right, for all game 5-on-5s.
Yeah, McDavid versus Miller in Game 6 was a 2-0 lead for McDavid, and obviously McDavid versus Miller through 1 through 5 was 2-0 Miller. So tonight you kind of get the tiebreaker, and I have a feeling whoever scores the tiebreaker might be the hero tonight.
Yep.
11:55 to go in this first period. A shot on net for Shilov, save made, and the face-off will once again come inside the Canucks territory as the Oilers again look to solve Shilov's a couple more times tonight. They've done it several times this series, but now they've really got to solve him and send us home with a happy old victory. That would be nice. I think
Right.
victory would be good.
Yeah, let Vancouver go golfing first, please.
That's right. As this one comes now, Zadorov to the near side. The Canucks up the left wing. Looking now, Joshua will see it cut off by Draisaitl. Fired back down low into the Canucks zone. Bouchard working over the Canucks player there. Bouchard just absolutely turnstiled Carlin along the boards there. 11:37 to go in this first period. The Oilers start away with the puck. Cutting through the middle. Draisaitl with a nice crossover there. Now over to Holloway. Holloway the shot! He was going to score that if it wasn't blocked. That was a prime shooting location for Dylan Holloway, who sees the Canucks turn and burn back the other way. It'll be down now to Stuart Skinner. Darnell Nurse will pick this puck up. 11:16 to go in this first period. Play 9-1. The shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers now as this just continues to pile up for the Oilers against the Canucks here early and often across the line. Fogle the shot up over top on a block as McLeod steers it over to Derek Ryan. Far side pass now for Kulak. Back down low for Ryan again. Over now to Ryan McLeod as this will go back in behind the net. Now Desharnais is going to try and get to this puck first. He does against Mikheyev. Touches it down low. The Canucks fire back to the blue line as Kulak fires it. Oh, sorry, that's Fogle. They were doing what you were saying, rotating the defense and the forward up in the zone.
Yep.
And it's knocked down by the Oilers. And here's now a little scramble of a play as McLeod wants a piece of that guy. And all of a sudden, this is starting to get heavy along the boards as now Desharnais gets involved. Ryan's just trying to grab any piece of Mikheyev he can, but that's a losing battle for a much smaller Derek Ryan. And that's Mikheyev pretty upset with things there coming out of the pile. You like to see it.
It's starting to come out slowly. They're grinding in the boards really well, right? Everyone's trying to win each battle. It's a good game.
As that one across the line there, Holloway's loaded up a shot, and I mean, he just missed. That was a corner pick there on the low glove of Shilov's just off the leg of Nikita Zadorov. Turned aside there, 10:37 to go in this first period of play, friends. 0-0. The shots on goal, or no, the goals so far tonight, 9-1. The shots on goal. Sorry, the nerves are still playing a factor. It is, after all, Game 7, you would say. Again, if you haven't already left a like on the stream, friends, make sure to do that here tonight as Mikheyev gets instructions for the Canucks. Connor McDavid out there on the face-off against JT Miller. 10:37 to go in this third period, or first period of play. 10:37 third. Oh my goodness, we'd be losing our minds. As Pettersson will bounce off the boards down low to Stuart Skinner. Picked up now by Matthias Ekholm. Reverse around behind the net. Makes the man miss. And this will be Bouchard leading ahead to the far side wing. Cross now. Picking it up in the middle is McDavid. Touch pass over. And Nuge just about found Hyman kind of hanging out around the dot there. Instead now the Canucks will force this one back inside the Oilers territory. Ekholm with the puck. 10:08 to go in this first period. McDavid's flying up the ice here. Down the right wing, shot save made by Shilovs. And that is one of the first times we've really seen all series Connor McDavid open it up.
Yeah, he was opening it up, took that to wide lane, and then he actually just took his nice little shot there, and lucky the goalie's on his ball.
As I was down, like McDavid, I don't think we've seen drive the outside and towards the net like that.
And shoot between Buddy's legs to get it to the goalie. Very nice.
Like to see it. There's Ken Holland sitting up.
Top speed, 37.
37.0?
Yeah.
Holy. Connor McDavid is flying. The face-off now for Niels Ullmann as he'll take on Sam Carrick in the draw with exactly half of a first period gone. Ceci over to the far side. The shot fired towards the net misses wide as Ceci will again win the battle, and he's quietly having himself a decent little game here to start at least. So too are all the Oilers defenders, at least early on this evening. 9:44 to go in this First period of play, fired back into the Canucks zone, down around the boards now. It comes to the near side. Ceci again keeps it on side. That's brushed back to the point. It was Kulak able to keep it to the far side. Janmark unable to keep it at the far point, though, as Kulak chases inside his own zone, sets up Ceci across the line, and the Oilers again complete another line change on the fly. Holloway down deep against Cole. Canucks able to get it out, though, as Draisaitl taps it back on, regaining possession over to Desharnais. Up the left wing it goes, and the Canucks and Oilers will transition back into the neutral zone on a pass by the Canucks across the Oilers line. Desharnais sits on top of Garland. Like, they're really not going to call anything tonight.
No.
That's what you were saying, is Draisaitl looking across the line here, looking to make the play to the middle. He's going to fire a shot off the pads of Shelovs, and Holloway will tap down low as Kane battles along Cole there. Holloway takes a bump into Joshua, doesn't really do much damage with it, and it's fired back inside the Oilers zone, picked up now by Darnell Nurse. He'll bat around to the near side for Desharnais, around to the far side now for Nurse. 8:34 to go in this first period, fired ahead by the Oilers, bounced back into the zone off a skate of the Canucks, and we are really starting to slow down here in this middle part of this first period.
Getting sloppy by both teams here.
And the Oilers really need to find a way to get a shot on net that solves Shelov's far side. Hyman's loading this shot off the blocker. Shelov's now onto the tape, and Nugent Hopkins back to the point. The shot fired down low, as it'll be fired along the boards again. Looking for it. The Oilers trying to free this one up. Instead, Soucy's with the puck up through the middle now. Across the line, ripped in by Vancouver to the far side boards. Ekholm. 7:55 to go, and you start watching the clock here a little bit more, because all of a sudden you've already lost 12 minutes of this hockey game to a 0-0 score. You've lost 1/5 of it as Bouchard across the line here. Bouchard trails down into Shelovs. He left that puck on the crease, and the Oilers got a second chance at it as it comes back to the point, and Pettersson stole that puck away. Bouchard taps it away from him. Him and Ceci are playing defense together right now. You've kind of seen Chris Knobloch matching weird D pairs together tonight for some reason or another.
Let's pull coffee out there, right? Want to switch it up.
Ryan McLeod is busting through traffic, fired a shot on, and then Fogle followed up off a body onto Shelovs, and the Oilers really starting to assert the puck towards the net, right? Every open look, they're starting to fire the puck, and Bouchard took a hard hit there from Pettersson. And then Pettersson exploded through on Bouchard.
Right.
And fell down himself. Friends, we're on commercial break right now. Again, Matt and I joining you along for tonight's broadcast. I will say, if you're new to the channel, want to make sure I mention, make sure to hit that subscribe button here tonight. If you're an Oilers fan, Canucks fan, I will try and follow along things a little bit as we go into the third round, depending on who wins. Obviously, I will be here if the Oilers...
Continue on.
If the Oilers continue on, but right now we're at 15,847 subscribers, so we're just about there. We're almost 150 away from the 16,000 mark. And again, friends, tonight I should sit here and also tell you what the watch time is sitting at as we go to 60,043. We're already up over a grand total of 6,000 views on the stream. How about that? 337 hours watched on the stream. So just like that, we're almost halfway there after the first period.
That's good.
Pretty crazy.
Everyone's excited. It's Game 7. Hey, let's see what this Edmonton Oilers team can bring and what Vancouver can stand on in their own barn.
That's just it. The Oilers and Canucks have a lot to prove yet. It is 0-0 still, right? Nothing decided yet. And for both teams, they have to show up here in this next 8-ish minutes of this first period and try and put their stamp on the game, because the longer you let the other team stay in it, the longer you put yourself behind the 8 ball, I feel, tonight.
But this almost is feeling like, I think it was a couple years ago when Johnny Hockey was in Calgary and Calgary versus Dallas, and it was Dallas's goalie, Ottinger. His first time being in the playoffs, it was a 1-0 game. Yeah. And this is feeling pretty tight right now like that.
Well, David's hit the $5 super chat button. David, thank you so much for doing as such. And what's up tonight? Well, Game 7. You can't bury the lead. There's no way to bury the lead here tonight, as this one will be A face-off to the left of Thatcher Demko. I was going to say, no, that would be instead Archer Shelov's in net for the Vancouver Canucks, back across the line. Fired in by Vancouver to the far side. Boards picked up now by the Oilers. They're going to try and transition back the other way, kind of catching Vancouver 2-on-2 flat-footed. And Holloway will fire towards the middle of the ice. Nobody's home. Draisaitl was following his way in, but a little bit of traffic towards the Canucks net had confused everybody as Draisaitl tries to pick a pocket. Big hit there from Holloway, frees it up on Garland. 6:40 to go in this first period of play. Oilers picking the puck up as Kulak will go to the far side boards now for Ceci, batting it ahead. The Oilers cross the center ice line, and here's now right on the doorstep Connor Brown driving the net. He's going to get a little bit of run over there by Susie for doing as such, but I think at the end of the day you're going to see the Oilers get a little bit more desperate towards the net as this period piles on, because they know just how important that first goal is going to be tonight.
Just get some motions going, especially with crashing the net, going to the net. It just makes the defenseman want to box you out. It's just going to get a little bit more grindy. And that's Game 7's for you.
And that's the beauty of what we've got going on tonight, friends. The Oilers and Canucks engaged in an absolute awesome hockey game thus far. 6:29 to go in the first period. It'll be Carrick in the draw against Lindholm. This has been a matchup, I think, that the Oilers need to hone in and win. Carrick instead waved out. It'll be Connor Brown against Elias Lindholm. This is kind of favoring the Canucks now in the draw. Instead, Brown wins it back. Fourth line face-off win in the offensive zone. Tap down now for Carrick, who will battle there against Myers. Janmark in to help. Canucks, though, immediately separate the puck and go back the other way. Garland across the line. Darnell Nurse steals it away from Garland, and Garland just keeps attacking Nurse. And that actually ends up freeing up Connor Brown back the other way. Brown across the line. Brown looking in the middle of the pass. Couldn't find Carrick. Instead, tap down now. Fourth line continues to roll inside Vancouver's zone until it's freed up along the far side wall and batted out to center, where Janmark steals the puck away. And when have we seen the fourth line? Janmark down the left wing, rolling around, wrap around in front. Carrick can't jam it home on the rebound off of Arthur Shelov's. And now this one backhanded in down deep into the Oilers zone. A couple of good chances here for the Oilers as this one batted now around the boards, picked up by Ekholm as he will start out from behind. Stuart Skinner picked up now by, again, Ekholm on the pass to McDavid as Bouchard leads up for McDavid down the right wing. McDavid into the corner, does battle to get it over to Nugent Hopkins, 5:18. In behind the net it goes to Hyman. A little deception there from McDavid, fooled the Canucks defense. Hyman peels off there. He'll go back now below the line for McDavid. McDavid looks in front to Hyman, near side corner. Hyman's got it rolling along the wall. And Hyman, what a play there with the stick. Shot fired, and of course a turnover immediately after. But what a good look there from Zach Hyman. Kind of walking off the boards around a guy. And then finding again a wide open shooting lane. Didn't get all of it.
Just doing some dangling, right? Keeping the play going.
As this is going to be fired down inside the Canucks zone. Fogle wins a battle. The puck bounces out into the high zone in the Canucks end. And that's going to start a 3-on-3 back the other way into the Oilers end as Cece's taken into the end wall by Mikheyev. Miller wins the puck free. It's bobbled off an Oilers skate. Down low behind the net now. Mikheyev with the puck. He will look to make the play up the boards. It continues to roll in behind the net as Pettersson back to the point now for Zadorov. Fires down low behind the net. Mikheyev again battling free as he will fire back to the far side. And the Oilers just trying to get this puck up off the wall. Can't do it. Canucks shoot the puck from the point. Tapped out. Rebound in front again. Spin fire. Canucks aren't going to do it. 35 seconds inside the zone. Shot fired towards the net. Not going to work out there for the Canucks. Pettersson fires it now to Miller. Miller grabs on against McLeod. No call upcoming, and we are going to have a call now as Ryan McLeod will take a penalty against Elias Lindholm for high sticking. Or not Elias Lindholm, Elias Pettersson, sorry. That's what a chance there for Janmark. Carrick just couldn't cash, and there's McLeod trying to just lift the visor of Pettersson. Tough go there if you're McLeod taking that penalty. But now here's the thing.
They both were lifting their sticks at the same time, though.
The Oilers have taken the first penalty. What we talked about in the pregame, friends, is the team that has taken the first penalty all series has won the game.
So then if you look at last game, whoever scored the first goal lost. So then this one could be jinxed on that one too, because that was last game, not this game.
That's just it. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Trying to help the other fans out, Rays.
Anything for positivity right now.
Sorry, Canucks.
All right.
Short-handed. Here we go.
648 times 3.5. Friends, we're up at 378 hours watched on the stream. We continue to climb up the rankings here tonight. We're just about to 150 likes on the stream as well. So we are crushing every metric on the stream we have. And we've only been live for an hour and 25 minutes this evening. Sure seems like a lot longer, knowing that we started the pregame having to talk about absolutely everything. But no, now the Oilers are just about a few minutes away from being done the first period. And again, friends, for those of you asking right now for the Oilers, how about this? 12-1 on the shots on net against Vancouver. 12-10 the hits for Vancouver. 9-8 the faceoffs for Vancouver. 4-1 the giveaways in favor of the Oilers. That's terrible.
Oh.
And 2-0 the takeaways in favor of the Oilers. Block shots, really nothing major. And it looks like the Oilers have just been upgraded to a 4-minute double minor for high sticking. So that's a tough one to take right there. So
I feel like they both lifted their sticks at the same time.
But
No. He lifted his stick. Must be bleeding.
Yep, exactly.
He's bleeding.
So the Oilers will go short-handed.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
For the next 4 minutes, the Canucks officially now credited with 2 shots on net in the hockey game as Nugent Hopkins, Derek Ryan, Vinny Desharnais, and Matthias Ekholm will take the face-off inside the Oilers zone, and it's won back by Ryan, slapped along the boards by Ekholm. Just like that, you've already killed the first 10 seconds of the power play without the Canucks even touching the puck, as this one's up the left wing and now starting to count 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 until the Canucks entered the zone and Stuart Skinner's out to play the puck immediately. And again, the Oilers clear it. So already...
And the Oilers' penalty kill is actually 98.6% right now.
So you're now half a minute into the penalty kill, and the Canucks have yet to even cross your blue line with possession. As this one's across to the far side, picked up now by Vancouver. They have gained possession inside the Oilers zone now, trying to stretch the Oilers around, but instead here's Darnell Nurse firing it out again, and already now, just like that, a minute gone by in this penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers. You're 1/4 of the way done without a penalty or power play goal against, I guess. What I'm trying to say is this one will be picked up by Miller across now the line. Garland over Hronek. Tries to get that one back to Hughes. Does. Fogle was in the area. Now here's Desharnais battling for the puck. The Oilers just keeping the Canucks to the outside so far on this penalty kill. Down the left wing it goes. Back to the point now. Hughes fans on the shot pass. He was going to try and fake that shot and then passed over, but kind of bobbled the fake and then gave it up. Now the Oilers clear down the ice. 2.5 to go in the power play for Vancouver. This has been a pretty big penalty kill so far for the Oilers, and of course, as Wales saying as well there, 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first period. The penalty will roll over into the second period for a matter of 13, 14 seconds. As it's along the wall, the Oilers again get the clear, and this has been 1/2 of the penalty kill, an absolute dagger of a kill so far for the Oilers as they continue to bleed time inside the Canucks zone. Here's Soucy exiting his own end, again reversing back now for Pettersson. 10 seconds gone in the back half of the power play, and the Canucks can't even cross the Oilers line. They finally do. Here's Zadorov to the middle of the ice, stolen away by the Oilers. No, instead Canucks retain possession on a good little move there by Lindholm. Back to the point now, picking it up. Hughes, far side pass, 1.5 minutes left going here. Shot fired towards the net, and it'll go up and out of play with exactly that 1.5 minutes left, Matt. This has been probably the best penalty killing effort we've seen the Oilers so far this series.
They're just playing the triangle, turn into a box, right? Defense on a penalty kill, stay on the guy with the puck. Honestly, just making sure that they're battling a battle on the boards, not in front of the net.
All right. Face off down. The Oilers able to win it there and fire it back into Vancouver's territory. 6 seconds left before the last minute of play here. Across the line now. Picked up again by the Oilers. Fired into the neutral zone. We are inside the last minute of play here in this first period of play. $1:10 to go in the power play. Across the line now. Here's Hughes walking down the left wing. He's looking back to the point. Brown's able to steal it away. Hirona keeps it onside. And this one will now come back for Connor Brown on the power play. Connor Brown shoots! Denied by Shelov. Scooped away to the near side corner. 36 seconds to go in the first period. Pettersson leads across. Here's Miller. Shot down towards the net is blocked there by Nurse. Crumples the man into the boards. 27 seconds to go in this first period. Back to the point now. Hughes over to the far side. The shot blocked there by the Oilers again. Picked up by Darnell Nurse. Gets it past, and 15 seconds to go in this first period of play. And just like that, the Oilers, with a little bit of luck here in this next 7 seconds, are going to walk down the clock here as it's across the line. Fogle picks the puck up, and he will fire back outside the line. Just like that, 3 minutes, 46 seconds to end that period. Perfect penalty killing from the Oilers.
100%. And this is the type of hockey that you saw when Paul Coffey took over the defense halfway through the season. When they went into bought his system, listened to how he used to play, what he taught them. This is what they play like.
And this has been a fantastic effort thus far from the Edmonton Oilers. Friends, we will go here and quickly recap the scoring summary, which will just be the stats after 20, because there is no scoring in tonight's game this evening, as it is 13-1.
We can count how many missed nets.
Yeah, 13-1 the shots on net for the Oilers, 12-11 the hits for the Canucks. Face-offs dead even at 9 apiece. Penalty minutes in favor of the Oilers, 4. Obviously, they got 14 seconds remaining to kill in the second. 4-1 the giveaways for the Oilers, 3-0 the takeaways for the Oilers, 4-3 the blocked shots for the Edmonton Oilers.
So it's been a good first period game. Everyone's playing tighter. Edmonton, though, they're coming out and looking for more goals, right? So they're looking for more shots. They're more out there, tenacious, and actually more driven. You're going to see Vancouver slowly picking it up through the game, though.
Yep, it's been solid so far. And
yeah.
Now, obviously, right, Vancouver on that power play, it's up to the Oilers. You killed off the last 14 seconds. Do you go grab that momentum and go score a goal because of it? Because, like I said, the Canucks have scored a 0-0 period after 1. They just have to win 2 periods.
Yep.
And they can win this hockey game. They don't need to win 3.
Well, like I always love talking about, though, is last year how Edmonton had to win games that were 6-5, 7-8. There was a couple, and there was like 5-3, and they'd be losing, right? They couldn't win tight games. This is what we're seeing from that coaching change.
Yep.
And that's why I can't stop bringing it up, because this is what Oilers needed. Tighten up that D.
Well, friends, we're going to take a quick break upstairs, go refill the water bottle. We'll be right back. Thanks for being aboard on Dolynny TV. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back in a matter of moments. All right, friends, after, well, what is one period to play? It's 0-0 for the Oilers and Vancouver Canucks. As we get set to get towards the first intermission, the Oilers have been absolutely rolling along here tonight. Obviously, 12-1, 13-1, whatever the shots on goal are, it's good to see. So now for the Oilers, they got to figure out a way to capitalize on that going into this third period or second period of play, and then really take home what needs to be a good effort the rest of the way home in tonight's hockey game. Or you could be in for a little bit of danger against the Vancouver Canucks late. You want to make sure one late goal doesn't cost you, and I think that's one thing we need to see from the Oilers, is that concerted effort to make sure that one late goal doesn't end up costing you. So the Oilers and Canucks rolling along here, friends, in the first intermission. Again, to recap the scoring here so far, there's none, right? 13-2 the shots on net for the Oilers. Obviously, as well, Connor Brown with a breakaway, and the fourth line with a couple of chances. Just can't solve Archer Shilov's so far tonight. The hits are 13-11 for the Canucks, and the face-offs 10-9 for the Edmonton Oilers. That's what you need to know here, as the Oilers continue to grind down this series and grind down to what could be a very good result for us Edmonton Oilers fans, all told, by the end of the night. So the Oilers are rolling along here tonight, and obviously, like I said, we're closing in on a result in Game 7, or maybe not. We could be going late into the night with quadruple, 5 overtimes, whatever it takes to get this job done here tonight. So we will see what the Oilers have in store for us. Obviously, friends, we just crossed 7,000 views on the live stream here tonight, so thank you for hanging out with Matt and I. Matt will be back down in a matter of moments, as we are up over 7,200 views now on the stream, so thanking you for being aboard here tonight. And again, if you've also hit that subscribe button, thank you so much for doing that. But I do want to take a moment, I haven't been able to with Matt down here the past few times, to really take a moment for those of you back home that are watching without a YouTube account, can't like, can't subscribe, obviously all of that. But I'll tell you, thank you for still being aboard. It's much appreciated that you're hanging out with me. I can't catch you because you can't chat either, but it's great that you're here, and I appreciate you being along for the ride. And I do also want to say how awesome it was down here in southern Alberta today to see everybody wearing the Oilers colors, and obviously the couple of folks that came up to me at Cross Iron Mills today to say hi. Really got me in the game spirit today, so I'm looking forward to hopefully closing this one out in style with you this evening on the broadcast. So Jay, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Obviously the first one for Jay as well. So we are continuing into the late half of this intermission. The Oilers and Canucks going to take us home here in the next little bit for period number 2. So David, thank you for the share on Facebook. Obviously everybody's talking about Carrick staying in for Perry as well. And Drew, Corey Perry is in the NHL still. Yeah, that's been tough. Corey Perry's really struggled in the playoffs so far, but I also don't think the Vancouver Canucks have allowed him to really do too many shenanigans, right? The Canucks don't really have a guy that would get Corey Perry going, since Kane is beefing with Nikita Zadorov currently, so we'll see if Corey Perry draws in as the playoffs continue along. And we'll see where the Oilers can get going this evening. So, the fam. Hello. All right. There you go. The fam join along in the chat right there. Is you don't often see the old Dolynny name actually come into the chat too often, but glad to see that along for the ride. So, there you have it. Let's get this going. This is Elliot Friedman on the desk right now for the Vancouver Canucks and Oilers broadcast. We are rolling along as friends. Matt is just fixing himself something to drink here, and then we'll keep things rolling for tonight's broadcast. Scott Oak and Kelly Rudy take us inside Rogers Place, so they're rolling here this evening as we're about set to get going in this second period. Matt, what do we think? And that was a big time first period for both teams to keep it scoreless.
Well, you know what? First off, thanks for the coffee. It's really keeping me fired up even more than normal, because this is a really good game. And Shilov's playing amazing positioning. Skinner's looking really calm. So that's really good to see tonight.
Well, and that's been the big part. Skinner's only faced 2 shots, but on the one that early on, that one that was flipped up through his crease past his head there, he was in perfect position. If that was going to hit him, he was headbutting it out or biting it off the shoulder.
And you know what? You would be headbutting as a goalie.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's where the Oilers obviously find themselves in good position right now, and not much to panic about. I think the results aren't there, but the results are there in everything else you did.
Well, right now Edmonton's keeping them to the outside in their own zone. They're not giving them too many lanes to the inside and getting in the passing lanes.
Yeah.
So it's important right now.
So the Oilers obviously roll along here in tonight's hockey game. Scott Oak, Kelly Rudy getting us going on the broadcast right now for the time being. But Matt, I guess for Archer Shilov's, a period of a couple of huge saves, a breakaway on Connor Brown, wraparound by Matthias Janmark, and a couple of grade A saves in that first 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you know what? That's like Brown. That looks like his season all in one. Sadly to say, he's an amazing player, but you know Shilov just had him on the breakaway, and I think Brown just overthought it and just shot it on net.
And hey, you know what? At the end of the day, thank you, Brown, for not just missing the net completely and allowing Vancouver to come back the other way.
Or fumbling the puck.
Yep. But thankfully for the Oilers, they did get a chance. They just didn't cash it. And now we get set to do battle again once more here in this second period. We have one more TV timeout, and then we'll be to action in this third period. So the Oilers continue to roll along in what has been a very interesting playoff so far. And the fact that it comes down again to Game 7 against Vancouver, I think a lot of fans were saying is the poetic way it would go based on how this series has been so back and forth.
Yeah, and you know what? In every game, it's always a different hero. You know, it hasn't been the same guy always winning the game-winning goals. Last one was Hyman with that really tricky shot that he got off and got a lucky bounce off the goalie. The game before for Vancouver to win, they won with the bad bounce. So it's just really good, tight playoff hockey.
And this is where we'll see what the Edmonton Oilers have for us, friends. I'm going to again take a quick second to do 7498 times 3 point, what is that, 3.8 I guess that would be, 5, whatever, doesn't really matter, 474 hours on the stream. So before the start of the second period, we will be already halfway home on the live stream. And that's about it. We're at the hour 45 mark, so we're just about halfway home on the live stream either way. So that's exciting to see right now for the Edmonton Oilers. We're cruising along, almost halfway done tonight's broadcast, and still no goals on the board and nothing to really complain about as an Edmonton Oilers fan.
Hey, they're both throwing the body.
Yes.
They're both being speedy, making plays. McDavid's flying at 37. I think they clock him at kilometers?
37 kilometers, yep.
Yeah, so everyone's out to win.
Well, now, friends, we'll see what the Oilers can do in this second period to start at least. They will have 14 seconds to kill off in the power play to start at least something. That's what we have to say there. So you'll see what
anything going on in the chat right now?
We got sports entertainment or sportstainment guy saying shout out, including Dolynny TV, for keeping up the good work. Appreciate it, and shout out from South Bronx. They like to see it right there. So
that's awesome.
We've got everybody across pretty much North America probably tuning in at some point in tonight's live stream. And obviously Matt's been a new addition to the stream here over the back half of the series.
Yeah.
But obviously something that I've wanted to do for a long while. I just needed to find the right moment. And again, Matt and I were discussing it Wednesday last week at work, and it just so happened that it was perfect timing. So you like to see that. Thanks to everybody again for tuning in and making it as special as it's been. Buddha's tuning in, going for the Canucks as well. Scott Gould, third round will be the relaxing round for Dallas, is what he's saying. So I think Scott may be a Dallas Stars fan. That's fine.
But you know what? Dallas this year, they're a lot more speedier, and they have the actual hitting power there to knock teams off, like they have Colorado. I got to see Colorado and Calgary at the end of the season. In Colorado, they're a really good, organized team that know how to pass the puck. Like the Detroit Red Wings back in the day. It was like laser-pointed passes. But Dallas knew how to throw them off by throwing the body.
Well, I also got Andrew, who you might remember from the last stream, is your big fan
Oh,
for the all-dressed chips, asking about
love it.
Where are the all-dressed chips tonight?
I was gonna bring pizza in, but I wasn't going to yet. I was gonna get a delivery for you. Make it interesting.
We need no pizza tonight, I'll tell you that. Guy ate. I ended up right before he showed up. I was crushing a slice of peanut butter toast. I'm like, I just need something to munch on that will just take 5 minutes or less, and we can just get to puck drop. So the Oilers and Canucks friends will be back underway here in a matter of moments. We are just about set to get things going here in a matter of a few minutes. As yeah, friends, we are rolling along here on the live stream tonight. Again, thank you for hanging out with us. Again, I'll tell you right now, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, make sure to do that here on Dolynny TV, simply because I want you hanging out with us for hopefully Dallas Edmonton. That would be the ideal playoff series, one might say, as we are continuing along. As yeah, friends, we are rolling here tonight as the Oilers.
Honestly, we're gonna see who's gonna get to go golfing first,
Yep.
and who's gonna get to keep going for the cup.
Well, and you've already shared your thoughts on Dallas. Who do you think between the Oilers and Canucks, based on what we've seen in this series, would match up better against Dallas? Not who would win, who matches up better.
With Dallas, I would say more Edmonton because they're speedy. But with Vancouver, their guys are a little bit more. They can throw the body a little bit easier. So either or would give them a really good run, especially with both goalies. When they're hot, they're hot.
And that's just it, right? With Stuart Skinner, we know he can go cold.
Yeah, but you're seeing him being calm.
Yeah.
Everyone's concentrating, oh, there's only 2 shots. But I've been watching him in net while they're circulating the puck around. He's not being like scatterbrained. He's calm, collect, following the puck properly.
Well, and that's where obviously that first real test of a shot on Skinner will kind of tell us where he's at fully when the puck's hitting the body. But like you're saying, the body language so far after one period of play,
Yes.
very positive.
Yeah.
Game 6 was very positive.
Yep.
And like you said right off the top, if Stuart Skinner was just burnt out and needed a couple days off, that's why you've got Calvin Pickard. You've got a guy you can turn to.
Yeah, went 1-1, and both games he deserved to win.
Yep. So that's where we're at, friends. We are just waiting for this commercial break to come to an end on Sportsnet, and then we will go right into action in the second period of play. Sorry, it's 0-0. It's frying the brain. This Game 7, the nervousness, right?
These are the tight games that are tight checking, board battles, and it's going to be that lucky bounce again.
Yep.
Honestly.
Don, good evening to you. And of course, Mila and Mike, welcome aboard, cheering for the peanut butter toast. Yes, the old peanut butter toast. It's a pretty big classic up here in Alberta, isn't it?
Sorry, what is that?
Peanut butter toast.
I've never heard of that, sorry.
Toast with peanut butter.
Oh, okay, I thought...
You were going somewhere
It went
else.
over my head.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Right. Dalek and Michael, welcome in as well. Chad missed you as well as did anybody order pizza? Well, nobody here's ordered pizza yet.
It's coming. You might see something special in the third just for you.
Might.
Is that him again?
I know that's someone else.
Oh, here we go. We got
might,
a couple fans I gotta make interested in me, eh?
We might have to order pizza if this game goes to overtime. I don't know if either of us will have the calories in the body to keep burning.
You got a surprise coming. You don't know.
All right. The Oilers here. McDavid, 5-3 the goals right now over Draisaitl when facing elimination. 4-5 career record, 15 points each, and a 1.7 points per game average for both players.
But that's for elimination, not just Game 7.
Yeah,
I saw Game 7 Oilers history is 7-4. And Vancouver 6-6 in Game 7s.
So, yeah, there's a couple of stats here that tell us we are in for a heck of a finish the rest of the way home. So, here we go. Leon Draisaitl. We'll start on the bench. I think we're going to have, again, Ryan McLeod start the face-off. Other than he's in the penalty box. Totally forgot he was the guy that was guilty.
Yeah, he's in the sin bin. He's in the sin bin.
So we'll start the penalty killing unit, my bad. So, here we go. The Oilers ready to get going in this second period. Face-off is down now. Derek Ryan and JT Miller were battling beforehand. Referee just kind of let them go at it too, as this will be fired up the ice by Hronek. Knocked down in the middle was Derek Ryan. He's begging for a call. Of course, Derek Ryan, come on, is a guy that doesn't have to beg for calls. He's a great player nonetheless, but he's not the guy that you need drawing your penalties for you. that way. That's a Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl thing. The Oilers kill the penalty. 25 seconds gone here in the second period. Puck's rimmed around behind the net. Hyman gently getting into the zone there against the Canucks. This throw back the other way across the line into the Oilers' end. Picked up by Vancouver. Flipped along the boards. Matthias Ekholm doing battle along the end wall. Di Giuseppe against McDavid. Picked up by Hyman. Hyman has his pocket stolen. And then there comes McDavid to center ice. Can't get it free. 19:10 to go in this second period. Worked up near side boards. Ekholm battling Bluger. Draisaitl against Bluger. Nobody's going to be able to steal the puck away from Bluger, who just fires it down to Soucy. A kind of haphazard pass. And the Oilers might actually come away with this. Again, Myers flips up off the glass and finally gets it out. There you go. You have it all the way. As the coach always tells you to use the glass. And the Oilers see Myers come out of that pile with that puck and fire it up off the glass, albeit.
And I think Vancouver still has their original lineup from the start of the second period, so we're going to see if they can at least win the face-off and get a change, or does Edmonton take advantage of this right now?
Here we go. Face-off now for the Edmonton Oilers. 18:50 to go as McLeod on the ice now. One back to the point now for Kulak. Over. Shot from Soucy. Third try scores! Oh, sorry, not Soucy. Ceci. Cody Ceci from the point. Finds the back of the net, and the Edmonton Oilers get the unlikeliest of all heroes.
And hey, that's like I was saying, get it to the point, get some more shots from the point. You're not getting nothing going to the net, so why not use your point man?
And look at that face-off help there from Holloway, loading up Kulak over to Ceci, back of the net, and the Edmonton Oilers line up a 1-0 lead. That puck just top riser.
Beautiful.
What a goal there for the Edmonton Oilers, and Ceci. You have seen him pump the puck on net a million times over the past 3 years in Edmonton.
That one he meant it. That one he meant it.
Never to the success like that. As there is Stuart Skinner out from behind the net, the Oilers immediately capitalize on the power play.
Yeah.
Right? Like the penalty kill there for the Canucks, or the power play for the Canucks, comes up unsuccessful. And the Oilers are able to succeed right away, getting a goal out of the penalty kill, as this is Garland. Along the boards here, trying to force it to the middle. It's stolen away by the Oilers. Still only 2 shots for Vancouver as it's flipped down, gloved ahead by Holloway. He'll dart in. Holloway and Kulak with the assists, by the way, as Holloway's hauled down. And then Kane comes thundering in against Zadorov and stood him up and stole the puck. And now this is going to line up as Bouchard's taken down. No call up coming against the Canucks, as this will be along the near side boards. The Canucks,
there's a trip.
Official had it. Yep. Okay, there you go. The power play for the Oilers.
Well, hey, you're moving your feet and someone bumps you off. It is interference.
And that was Dakota Joshua kind of getting the stick in the feet there. And this is something we saw. You're mentioning that third goal for the Oilers in Game 6, right? You watched the Canucks start losing their composure a bit after that. Well,
Can't tonight. They thought about tonight that they had an extra game, so.
You look at Joshua just sneakily taking the feet out of Bouchard there. Sneaky
wasn't
catch
on
by
purpose, but
official,
he interfered with him.
As that is a good opportunity. Sorry, mustache hair on the tongue. Nugent Hopkins goes down low to McDavid. McDavid cycling the net. Here's Bouchard, the shot blocked in front by the Canucks, and then just the change up out of the zone. Squibs down to Mr. Stuart Skinner, who will have Bouchard set up. As this will come now, freeing up along the far side wall. Picked up now by the Oilers across the line. Draisaitl makes a man miss. Draisaitl going back now to the point. Here's McDavid right in front. Jammed away by Hyman up over top of the net. Tapped back in front by McDavid. What hand-eye.
Out of midair.
What a play. And the Oilers and Canucks will keep things going here, as this is now Bouchard with 17 minutes to go in this second period. The Oilers, here's the big part about this power play, have already bled off a minute of time just by skating the puck around the ice. As this one back to the near side for Nugent Hopkins, far side for Bouchard, back to Nuge back to Bouch. They're just playing pitch and catch at the point. Down low, McDavid through traffic, fires it on, and it goes wide of the net. 5:56 to go in this power play. 6:14 to go in this second. Shot! Save made. I don't know how that puck went over there. Draisaitl in the one-time position kind of flubbed up on it, but Shelovs makes the save nonetheless.
He got all of it. He just didn't put it where he exactly wanted to.
As that was a good-looking opportunity for Draisaitl at the side of the net, and McDavid right there jamming away in front was Hyman, and then that tap back in front. And that was a pass by McDavid, actually.
Oh, he fluttered on it a bit. He
Yep.
fanned on it on a little bit.
Kind of caught it on the bottom of the puck with the top of the stick.
Yeah.
So there you have it, friends.
He just got a piece of it. That's about it. Or he would have been put in that top shelf as favorite spot.
Face off inside the Canucks zone. The Oilers' top power play unit still out there. Of course, the depth goal allows them to be out there. As this Bouchard back to the point now for Nugent Hopkins. Nuge over to Bouch. The Oilers shot fired, hit Hyman in front. Garbage guy in front gets hit with the puck, doesn't tip it home. Sometimes that happens. As the power play is 0 for 8 for the Oilers in the last 2 games. Tough goal right there as McDavid will come back across the center ice line for Draisaitl into the Canucks zone. The shot by Draisaitl steered away by the blocker. Shelovs back to the point now. Nugent Hopkins back to Bouchard. Shot down low, picked up again by Hyman. Hyman will go to the far side for McDavid. The Oilers have 20 shots. The Canucks have 4, by the way. As here's McDavid passing it over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back to McDavid. Misses. Draisaitl, the shot through traffic.
What a save.
Denied in front.
What a glove save.
Holy moly. Draisaitl.
That's a game-saving
unbelievable.
save. That's a game-saving save. For all Vancouver fans out there right now, your heart just stopped.
That is one that might change this game on
Yep.
the dime a little bit here.
Did he actually glove that?
I do not know, but McDavid found Draisaitl, and yes, he did.
He did.
What a stop by Shelovs. I mean, the puck bounced off of Cole into the glove.
Yeah.
Watch this here. It takes a funny hop, and then Shelovs is able to score.
But you know what? If it wasn't for the defenseman, that wouldn't have happened. It would have been in the net.
True.
So good defense. Get in the passing lane, get in the shooting lane.
So just for perspective, the Oilers' power play was only 2 minutes long. The Canucks one at the end of the first was 4 minutes. Canucks managed no shots.
Yeah.
The Oilers managed 7 in 2 minutes.
Yep.
As this is now over to the far side boards as here's picked up by McLeod. He's battling there, trying to free it up. Kane fires the shot off the wall as it got blocked in front and coming back the other way. The Canucks across the line. Garland trying to bust in against Desharnais. It's the Canucks back to the high point. The shot through traffic blocked in front by the Oilers as well. Tapped out, and here comes Kane against Zadorov. This is going to be a good battle. Kane busting down the wing. The shot by Kane takes it right through, and Shelovs holds on. Wow, this game is got a little bit of everything.
It's getting a little bit more gritty now, and especially with Kane out there wanting to fight for the puck.
This is absolutely unbelievable this far for the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks. A very great game, you could say. And that shot actually went up off of the helmet of Elias Lindholm. Tough go there. And then Evander Kane winning the battle, getting it in on Shelovs, and then taking out 2 Vancouver Canucks in the process. What a beauty. As he goes into Shelovs, jams the foot into the pad, and then 2 Canucks tangle up and go down. Oilers with 22 shots on net. They have come to try and close out this series here tonight, but there's plenty to be decided yet with 35 minutes of hockey left in this second period of play. As this one comes along the near side wall, as Josh is tuning in and noticing a 2-for-1 broadcast here. Matt on the call this evening alongside me for this Game 7. 15:07 to go in the second period. The Oilers up 1-0, friends. And this one's going to be fun here the rest of the way home, and that is for sure. The Oilers obviously in a position now.
They're coming out firing. They're firing, shooting pucks, put them on net, not passing a lot like they were a couple games ago.
Yeah.
So it's good.
And this is priming them well to have a good effort the rest of the way home, but biggest thing is you need to limit that zone time the rest of the way as Kulak jumps up in the rush, battling against Hronek, wins the battle. He'll go to the far side. Shot right in front, up in the air. Suter gloves it down. What a pass and what a play in front by the Oilers' fourth line, who, dare I say, I know they don't have the goal, but they might be the best line so far tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. As Brown's across the line, Brown spins off the check of Hughes. He'll push deep to Carrick. And you watch this. These guys are getting extended like an extra 10 seconds per shift. And you don't see the Oilers' fourth line do that. As this is Ekholm around to the far side. Now picking up along the wall. Hyman coming up right now for Nugent Hopkins. Nuge back to the point. Bouchard walking. Fires through traffic. Scores! Bouchard makes it 2-0.
2 from the point.
And there you have it. That was the scouting report, right? That's what everybody was saying tonight. Shoot it from the point. And oh, by the way, That's another good shift by the fourth line to get the Canucks in the zone.
Yep.
Get the line change.
Yep.
Top line rolls out.
Nuge
scores
got
a goal.
assist.
As Ekholm fired that around the boards as well. So what is that? Hyman back to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge back to Bouchard. Bouchard walks the defender.
Just rips
through
it.
traffic.
He couldn't see nothing. There's
no.
two beautiful screens in front.
And that was a good play by Hyman.
The only
in front.
goalie that could make that save is Kiprusoff.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Quite literally, right? Though.
Yeah.
Somehow he saw it.
Some
with
Calgary
the,
fans will like me finally.
Wow. The Edmonton Oilers up 2-0. As Josh would be a big fan of that goal. He's throwing down the heat seeker like that from the point a million times over. In the old NHL 24 and NHL 23 with me many times. As across the line, here comes Holloway. He's taken down. Thankfully, no tripping call there. Canucks kind of stopped up on the play, thinking there might have been. And this is along the near sideboards. Picked up now by Draisaitl. Draisaitl down the left wing. Darting towards the net. Puts it towards the net. Kane just couldn't follow up on time to find the back of the net there. As this one goes now fired inside the Oilers' territory. Nugent Hopkins' 12th assist of the playoffs. Hyman's 3rd. So just like that, this back half of this series, Nugent Hopkins is really heated up.
He's starting to move his feet more is what I see.
All of a sudden, he's got 15 points in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think this year anymore you can say Nuge hasn't shown up in the playoffs.
No. Well, and he's starting to pick his feet up. Before he was coasting too much.
Bouchard posted in again. You'll love to see it. So, Chris, welcome aboard the Oilers. Scoring the goal that makes it 2-0, and now all of a sudden this is where, like I said, this game could possibly start getting away from the Canucks, right? Is similar to that 3-1 goal against the Oilers, for the Oilers in Game 6. That little bit of doubt starts creeping into your game.
Well, that was Game 6, though. So Vancouver's like, well, we got same Game 7 at home. Let's just go do that. You know, it's what it looked like after his 3-1. This is Game 7. You're going to see Vancouver now turn it around. They're going to start coming at Skinner. We're going to see what Edmonton can do on D. Can they keep them to the outside, keep in the passing lanes, keep doing what they're doing? But Vancouver's going to have to find something to dig out of this hole now.
And that's the thing. It is now a hole, right? It's
yeah,
no longer...
their goalie's shown, 24 saves in under half of a game. It's not acceptable, right?
Yeah.
He's doing his best. Vancouver's not pulling their weight. The players are definitely not. But as we all know, though, that goalie, he's doing the best he can.
Well, and that's the big thing for the Canucks, is they are definitely in this because of Sheila.
100%.
Like, you look at some of those, that diving glove hand save on Draisaitl. Do you, like,
Well,
it's 2-0 there?
look in the first series against Dallas. He really shined. He had amazing saves his first game.
Yep.
So he has it in him. Just team's not being there for him right now.
So, and like you said, though, wait for Vancouver. They're still coming.
No, they've been coming. Vancouver, Edmonton's just keep them to the outside. Don't let them come in to the main lanes. So they're just playing very good defense.
Here's Bouchard. He'll line up. Face off here for the Oilers. Everybody's getting set for this one. One back now. Ekholm will pump it inside the Canucks zone. It ties up there in the corner, and it's freed away by Myers right through the near sideboards. There's Ekholm battling there, trying to get this one going. The Oilers still trying to flip this one the right way as Hyman across the line is offside. I could tell that right away based on Hyman. He didn't want to grab that puck, and then he's like, I have to, don't I?
Yep.
And there you have it. So the Edmonton Oilers now up 2-0. And that's a little bit of a dramatic
well, hey,
change.
at least Hyman just said, let's just grab it, get a stop and play, get a reset, let the guys cool down. We're almost halfway through the game right now. So gotta keep your composures.
13-11 to go in this second period of play. It's Cody Ceci along to the far side boards. Picked up by Filip Hronek. He flips to the near side point. And Brett Kulak, who, by the way, is having a quietly great game as well, going down the boards as this is now picked up by the Canucks, as this will be Hughes to the far side. And again, the Oilers just right in the guy's way, handling that puck. All he can do is tip it down deeper into the zone. And the Oilers quickly scramble it back to the point now. Hronek fires one. What a blocker there by
Skinner.
Like, talk about confidence from Stuart Skinner. He just punched that one away. Literally just backhanded it off to the boards and let the Oilers bleed off, clock off the boards, puck to the middle of the ice. That takes an unfortunate hop off. Fogle bounce in front, takes a tip, but the Oilers survive nonetheless. And the Canucks coming now, heavy in the offensive zone to the far side. Boards as Hughes walks down the wall. The shot save made by Stuart Skinner. And that, I think, is about the craziest sequence we've seen all game towards the net for Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, well, Vancouver's starting to say, hey, we got to change things up. They're passing back to the point and then driving down in and just putting it on net, looking for any type of bounce.
And that's
what Skinner's just swallowed it all up. So no rebounds, no second opportunities.
So now 12-13 to go in this second period. The face-off's dead even. And that's something we talked about, right? If the Oilers want to win these games against Vancouver, they got to keep the face-off dot even. And that is what they have done so far tonight. 12-11 to go in this second period to play. 23-5. The shots on net for the Oilers. Far side pass for the Canucks kind of was forced, and it's flipped out by Draisaitl to the center ice. This one now at the middle of the ice for the Canucks. They'll try and backhand inside the Oilers' territory. And this is where, you know what, this next minute 54 is going to be very important for both teams. The Canucks, they can make a game of it here, scoring a goal in the next minute 54. But the Oilers as well, you got to think they can kind of put the foot down a little bit more with a keep them off the board effort in this next minute 54. The puck's just kind of bouncing all around the Oilers zone. Nothing really happening with it before the Oilers get out of it. And now comes Kane the other way. Cross now to Draisaitl, loading up the shot for Holloway. He finally got it. And he put a good one towards the net as here's Kane behind. Looking to jam it in front.
Ooh.
Nobody home. And then somehow JT Miller again, talk about keeping your composure, just pushed it to the front of the net. And that hurt Kane. Kane is struggling to get back to his feet.
You got a good cross check there.
I thought it was a good opportunity there for the Oilers. A nice pass over to Draisaitl, and the shot from Holloway fought off by Shilovs. And Holloway, he wanted that earlier in the first period. He got it now, as this comes now with 11:16 to go in this second period of play. As the Oilers get it going now back into the neutral zone. The Canucks will transition back the other way as this goes back to the near side boards. I'm starting to hear from the Canucks fans, whether it be in the chat, whether it be over the text line, that there is a little bit of pathetic effort here on this front. As here's Janmark down the left wing, right in front for Ceci. And Ceci causes calamity with Hronek. The goal stick is lost. Firing the shot from the point was Carrick, but he's no Bouchard back there. Firing that one-timer from the point's not as easy as they make it look.
No.
And that's 10:43 to go in this second period, picked up by Kulak. As this one goes back through the middle of the ice. 10:36 now as this across the line. Garland busting down the right wing. Shot swallowed up by Skinner.
Yep.
And if the Canucks keep firing those shots on net, the Oilers are going to keep loving every minute of it, taking those face-offs in their own end.
All day long.
So this has been an amazing effort thus far. Ceci came within, I think, a 6-inch bounce to the right instead of the left of putting that puck home, crashing the crease there. So
yep. Hey, like I said, defense pinching in, and that's what they got to do, change it up.
12-4 the shots on net for the Oilers in this period. Ekholm fires up along the left wing boards. It goes bouncing into the middle of the ice. Hyman somehow was barely onside there. It'll be tapped now back to Hyman, who drags McDavid across the line. Hyman looking, shot fired. And that's a save you don't see goalies make too often. That old wicked high glove.
Yeah, that was going over, but he just wanted to cool it down.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say since that 2-0 goal, maybe the Canucks not quite as structured as they were before in this game?
They're starting to slow it down a bit. Seems like they're a little tired, but they came out after the second goal, really fired up. But you're going to see that come back here soon. They just got to get the top guys out again.
This is going to be McDavid now in the face-off dot. 10:15 to go in this second period of play. 25-6 of the shots on goal. That doesn't even seem real for the Oilers, right? We know that they're a good heavy volume shooting team, But the fact that they've got 25 halfway through the game just seems crazy to me, as it's going to be fired back into the near side, picked up by Joshua and Wall. Ekholm battling there. The Oilers trying to get this one off of Joshua's stick, can't do it. 9:58. Susie, the shot turned aside by Skinner. Back to the point it comes. Slot area now as it's stolen away by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, batting over to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard along the wall. Down low, the Canucks kind of turnstile Zach Hyman, who thinks he ate a stick there or something. Offensive zone possession time still pretty solid for both teams. And back the other way now comes Connor McDavid, down left wing for Nugent-Hopkins. Back to the point now for Bouchard. Bouchard, shot fired, pad save. Shelov's second opportunity, no go from Hyman. Back the other way now comes Höglander, the fourth line for the Canucks, as this is Nurse along the wall. Shot fired, save made in front by the sticker Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and you don't see many blocks that easy where you just pick it with the stick and fire it back the other way. But Zadorov did not get all of that shot, nor did he get it towards the area he needed to as the Canucks cross the line, 3 wide right in front. Here's the shot for Lafferty. And similar to what happened on that Garland goal back in Game 1, Skinner sliding to his left way out of the crease. That time, though, able to swallow it up and make the save to keep it right where we're at.
Well, and that's the main thing you see right there. He's following the puck.
Yep.
And calmly. And that's the Skinner we like to see.
So here we go, friends. It is our commercial break. I was taking a moment to enjoy the fact that I could sip the water without losing any pace in this game. Again, friends, we will advertise. If you're new to Dolynny TV or a returning viewer that hasn't hit that subscribe button yet, I would encourage you to do that tonight. We are now up over 15,866. So we are 134 this evening away from 16,000. That would be a pretty insane situation, one might think. And I'll tell you, that would be awesome to achieve here on stream this evening. And as well, we're closing in on the watch time goal as well. I think we're up over pretty big old total right now. 9,320 times 4.35. You divide that out. How about 675 hours? So inside this back half of the second period intermission, and the third period, we only have to bring home less than 325 hours watched. So, friends, This has been a highly watched game thus far. That's what I can tell you.
Hey, all the Canadians are worried who's going golfing.
Yeah. So the Edmonton Oilers getting things going here in this second period for 2 goals.
Yep.
Defense has stayed on par. And like we said, we started seeing Stuart Skinner make saves. And to your credit, you were saying he looks pretty well in the zone out there.
He looks pretty calm, and honestly, I see that Edmonton, can they keep up what they've been doing this game? Because it seems like they got a little tired the last couple minutes.
Yeah. And obviously, too, both teams, the legs are going to start getting heavier and heavier as this game goes on.
Yeah, but Edmonton's been skating harder, going speedy like the whole game. So they're starting to show their endurance is getting a little low now.
So that's where I think we're going to see waves the rest of the way home, right? The Oilers will kind of slow down, pick it up. Canucks will slow down, pick it up. But it's about who has the ability to speed it up for the longest time and capitalize on that sped up time.
100%.
I think. As it's a face-off win for the Canucks inside the zone. Stuart Skinner literally made a 1970s stand-up goalie save from the point. You do not see that kind of goaltending too often. Skinner just stood there and let it hit him. Shot, glove hand save.
Just gloved
837. Done and dusted. You love to see it. Stuart Skinner is starting to have himself a little bit of a night here.
Stuart Skinner's confidence is starting to come back.
As Quinn Hughes rips that one from the point, it was deflected, and literally Skinner's standing. Skinner's stand-up goaltending
He saw it going high, though, and then rebounded low, and he's like, whoa.
Yep, down he went. First goal of the 2024 playoffs for somebody for the Canucks, as I missed that graphic by a minute. That's okay. 8:37 to go here in this second period to play the face-off. To the right of Stuart Skinner, the Canucks roll tide there and score an opportunity towards the net that deflected wide. I thought that was in the back of the net, actually, looking on the first look. So my apologies. That's why I was going with the wording I did. 8:25 to go here in this second period. The Oilers, fourth line, just about coughs up another chance against the Canucks at their own blue line. So the Oilers doing a good job getting opportunities going as this comes. Down along the near side boards in the Canucks zone. A big hit there by Carrick on Zadorov. Brown harassing his man there, and Di Giuseppe comes up with the puck. And this is one of the first times we've really seen the Oilers caught 3-on-2 back the other way. But the third man back kind of steals that opportunity the other way for the Canucks, as they will just have to tap it in to the Oilers zone, as this one comes back across the line, now picked up by Nugent Hopkins. Nuge goes in behind the net. Here's McDavid. McDavid to the far side. He sees Hyman pick it up. Mikheyev gets it going to the near side boards against Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Here's Hyman, far side boards, and that one frees up for McDavid over the pile, as McDavid will come back near side boards again. The Oilers have something rolling here on this shift. The Canucks under duress inside their own zone. Ekholm can't hold the line.
Nope.
And Bouchard's back to gather it up here. As this one back to the near side. Ekholm fires it into the Oilers offensive zone. Puck fired around near side. And you know what? Now all of a sudden watching this game kind of slow down and grind up a bit more. The nerves are setting back in for myself.
Edmonton's got control, and now they're playing to Edmonton's speed. Edmonton's just shutting everything down. See, look at that. Just getting the passing lanes. They're playing calm, and they're looking really confident.
As this one's now the Canucks across the Oilers line, picked up by Bouchard. He tries to tap it out. The Oilers turn over the puck high. Here's Garland to the middle of the ice. Stuart Skinner didn't even react to Garland shooting the puck. Instead, he was over for the pass. Here's Garland in the middle. Skinner, top of his crease, makes the save.
Yeah, he slid out to the top crease, just like you said, just to take that angle away. Here's the good stuff.
Yep, little scrum. Helmet comes off of both Kane and Joshua. And this is where, like I was saying earlier on in the stream when I was asking you, do we see the shenanigans go away at the start of the game?
I played hockey a lot, so I just love seeing that. Especially in the playoffs, it sets the tone. Especially for Vancouver right now, that's one thing they would actually probably like right now. I see a little scrap to get everyone fired up, get the arena fired up.
How many playoff games did you get back into in Junior B back in the day?
How many? Which? Sorry?
Playoff games.
I was probably only in 12.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a lot of playoff experience considering maybe the Canucks.
I only won it in midget, not in Junior B.
Okay.
Yeah, SO Minor Hockey Weekend playoffs.
Yep. 6
against Lanny McDonald's son. It was actually a really good experience.
Dang. All right. 6:26 to go in this second period, friends. We're closing in on 10,000 views already on the live stream tonight, and 26-11. The Canucks are starting to
open up.
Yeah, they're starting to get some opportunities here.
They need to. This game's dwindling away on them right now.
As this will be a face-off now for Draisaitl. Looking to get this one down against the Canucks. It's one back to the point for Hughes, and the Canucks fans are making a lot of noise right now. So, shot fired towards Stuart Skinner, and that's one of the first times all game we've seen him overslide for a puck. But he still made the save as it's pushed back now into the near side corner. Pettersson down low, puck now for Pettersson. Shot fired towards the net, goes wide. And this will be fired down the length of the ice. As this has got to be now Hughes coming back the other way, picked up by the Vancouver Canucks, tipped into the Oilers zone, as this will be Kulak along the wall. Kulak battling there. The Oilers kind of really starting to feel the pressure from Vancouver here. You got to get it going, as that's going to be a tripping call against Vancouver. Digging in a little bit too much. McLeod down the wing. Here's Nurse jumping up in the play. Nurse battling for that puck.
I wouldn't have called that if I was the ref. No, everyone's digging, skating, reaching. Honestly, this is playoff hockey. You should let them play it out, because now you might give up.
Watch this. Watch where that stick went.
No.
So there was a second stick in there. There was somebody else's stick in the mix as well.
That type of call, it has to be something, a real dirty hit. I wouldn't call anything right now, only if it was something very serious.
No, that one's one of those. Yes, is that a trip by nature? Yes, it is.
By nature.
But again, you saw that second stick in there, right? That one on the ice.
Yeah, it looked like he was going before he touched him.
Yeah. So here we go, friends. This Edmonton Oilers team will try and obviously take home a big-time second period victory if they can capitalize on this power play.
Yep.
So, friends, again, if you're new to the channel, sorry, Matt and I losing ourselves. It has been a long night, and it has also been a very stressful night, knowing that it's Game 7. If you are new to the channel, I will tell you again to hit that subscribe button. I'm not hitting any ads for you back home tonight. We've had 2 super chats this evening that have told me, let's keep it commercial free, but let's get to 16,000 subscribers by the end of the evening. And we continue to pace along there, and obviously getting closer and closer by the minute. Just a huge thank you to everybody that has already done that. We're now at 15,869.
Yeah.
So we're closing in now on 130 or less to go. So
yeah,
friends,
just keep pushing the like and the follow button and the subscribe button. We got coverage for you.
Yep, and obviously whoever goes on to face Dallas will try and get a little bit of coverage for you. But again, like I said, the playoff schedule versus ball season kind of comes to a little bit of a challenge there. So
if it's the Oilers, though, ball gets to sit.
Mm-hmm. I am out all day, and that's what I told everybody at ball on what was it, Monday last week. They're like, hey guys, are you in?
Hopefully everyone from Vancouver is excited to see Edmonton win then.
Well, that's it, right? You want to see me keep going here? Yeah, there was already a second stick involved in that play, so it is going to be Sam Lafferty going to the box here for the Vancouver Canucks. The lights just flickered. I don't know if you caught that. Maybe it's starting to rain outside again. We already had one loss of the internet there earlier.
Beautiful Victoria Day. Yep. Happy Victoria Day, everybody, though.
I know it was raining cats and dogs in certain parts of Calgary over the past 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this. Leon Draisaitl face off down on the power play. The Canucks win it. And this will be fired out into the neutral territory. 5:32 to go in this second period of play. $1.50 remains in the power play. You got to see the Oilers get this job done here in this one at least. So this one now fired back down low for Connor McDavid. McDavid right up through the middle of the near side now for Nugent Hopkins. Left there for McDavid. Fired to the far side. Picked up by Draisaitl. Draisaitl goes back now to Bouchard. Bouchard wheels and deals back to Draisaitl on a nice little board hop. Back into the far side boards. The Oilers looking to free up the middle of the ice here as this one will be now picked up by McDavid. Looking to the far side boards. It goes to Nugent Hopkins. As Hometown is in the house as well. Mr. Steve from Hometown Plumbing. This one comes back now down low for McDavid. McDavid over to Draisaitl, who's just waiting. The Oilers shot from Bouchard off the end. Wall shot from Nugent Hopkins. Scores! Nuge! The Edmonton Oilers hammer home a goal for Mr. Nugent Hopkins. And the Edmonton Oilers have found a way to blow this one wide open now. Like I said,
12-year veteran Nugent Hopkins on the Oilers. Love seeing him in it.
Take home a big one. And when the Oilers keep scoring, so now we have $6 off our bill. Ooh, dang. Good go at Brewster's tonight for my friends over there. So, Bling Man, thank you so much. As yes, indeed, the water bottle fund continues to keep growing. I'm going to have to get some Dolynny TV water bottles or something done up for sure.
Goalie made the save, though, and went in, so that's tough.
And I mean, hey, it was Shilov's diving Superman across the crease again.
Right there. So, Vancouver fans, that's not on them. That's not on him.
Not at all. As the Oilers up 3-0, 4:38 to go in this second period of play. And you can already see it on the Vancouver Canucks fans' faces. It's that little bit of dread of like, this might be real. But of course, the Oilers have a long way to go yet. Bouchard and Draisaitl draw the assists on the goals. As this is finally a power play goal, by the way, as it's mentioned by the chat. As this one's now near side, inside the Oilers zone. 4:23 to go. Shot tipped towards the net. The Oilers got to dig in here as Fogle. Backhanding here as this will go through the middle of the ice to the far side. Tap back in to the Canucks zone by the Oilers. And, of course, Hometown hitting the super chat button as well. Friends, like I said, we're well on our way to keeping things commercial free tonight for sure. As this one goes along the boards, freed up now by Vancouver to the near side. Joshua across the line, fires it now down deep for Pettersson. As this is, you don't want it to be, it was 3-0. The Oilers got to keep the effort going here late in this second period. Back to the blue line. Myers over to the far side. The shot through traffic goes wide. It might have hit Skinner on the way. As this comes near side again. Picked up by Vancouver. Back to the point. This one is Hughes peeling off as the Canucks look like they've got a power play rolling inside the Oilers zone here. Shot as Skinner's starting to roll around in the
buzzing
a bit as this shot's blocked there by Holloway, who's now had 2 big blocks in 2 games. As this one back to the point. Shot fired towards the far side. Picked up by Myers. Now near side it's Miller. Shot fired blocked by Nurse in front. Holloway going into the boards there, takes a big hit along the wall on the Canucks player as Desharnais frees it up with Dreisaitl's help, and now a nice play by Holloway will get it inside.
Wow,
the
Vancouver
zone.
was just buzzing, and they're hunting.
We'll see the shot. Garland fires it, blocked by
That
Draisaitl.
hurt.
Draisaitl just made perhaps the biggest stand-up block of the playoffs. He is going off.
Oh, yeah.
He is hurting, but he'll be back, I'm sure, in no time at all. He is an absolute gamer out there for the Oilers. The Canucks are starting to put their will into this game, down 3-0. They know right here their season is on the line. Nugent-Hopkins battling along the boards, can't get it past the stretched arm of Garland. Right in front, goes right to the top of the crease. As Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat as well. As this puck battling now, shot by Hronek, tipped there by Sudero to play. And now it stayed in, so the Oilers continue to keep rolling inside their own zone. Back to the point, loading up the shot, Hronek. How many block shots on this sequence are we going to see? Hyman gets it out of the zone. The Canucks get a change, hammer it back inside the Oilers' end. Bouchard to the point, trying to get this one back out of the end as it comes near side now, picked up by the Oilers as it's tapped out into the middle of the ice. And this will be Zadorov to the far side boards, bouncing it there. 1:44 to go in this second period to play across the line. The shot, Lindholm fans on it there, and this comes back now into Canucks territory. $1:34 to go. As that's a big cross check there by Carrick into the end boards. No call upcoming on the hit there on Zadorov. And this one now battling there. Carrick sat down, so rightfully so. Tick for tat there as this one comes now. Along the boards to the point now. Shot for Kulak. Back down. It is just an absolute slugfest in the near side corner inside the Canucks end. Again, the fourth line getting to work in the Canucks territory as they will fire up through the middle, tip into the Oilers zone. Exactly a minute to go in this second period of play. Kulak's running into the board. Ceci takes a run at Lindholm. Everybody wants a piece of everybody, but they're trying to keep it as clean as possible here in this second period. I think you're going to see a lot of heck break loose there.
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing third period.
Oh my. As Brown along Hughes, as this will be Janmark battling for that puck. It's tipped back into the Oilers' end as this one comes to the far side. Back inside, icing. And it will be no icing. Shilovs plays the puck. 30 seconds to go. Jack Crozier, thank you so much for the super chat as well. You guys are absolutely stepping up here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
20 seconds to go on the clock. Battled back inside the Oilers zone. Picked up, fired back the other way as it's into the Canucks territory. McDavid's taken down. That's a good no call right there.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. McDavid was moving his feet, but he kind of definitely turnstile the Canucks players.
No, I just saw it 97 and it was 1-on-1.
As that is, there you go. Second period up and done, my friends.
Ooh, that's a different change at the end, though.
Holy.
That was a completely, every part of the period was different. Nothing was the same.
Oh. And that was a heck of an effort by the Oilers to score 3 goals in that period, but don't think for a second the Canucks are done yet.
Ankle.
As 20 minutes to go to finish up this series. The Canucks need at least 3. The Oilers probably just need 1 more.
2.
2?
Go 2, because then you don't take the throttle off.
That's right. Yep.
Like you're saying, best defense can be your offensive. You can get offensive time, do it.
All right, the Oilers just moments away from fully getting into this intermission section of the hockey game. Friends, welcome aboard Dolynny TV. Thank you for being here. The play-by-play a little nervous tonight simply because it is Game 7. But I would ask that you consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. Stay tuned for what is to come out of the rest of these playoffs.
So nervous.
15,871 subscribers. So we continue to see everybody join aboard here this evening. Thank you. We are going to cross 15,900 no matter what. But as we continue along here tonight, friends, Randy is saying it. Everybody is saying it. It is going to be a wild third period.
Oh, big time. You see how Vancouver came on at the end there? They're throwing the bodies more. They're pushing into the zone more. They're just putting more pressure on. Edmonton's like, hey, we got 3, so they're sitting back a little bit. I like to see Edmonton change that around to start a third.
Well, friends, we're up over 800 hours watched, so we've got the best part of the hockey game upcoming.
Oof.
And we got to see if the Oilers do indeed
Oh.
start changing that around. So, all right, friends, let's get this going. We're going to quickly go take care of the business. Andrew, did I get your super chat in there? I think I did. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Crozier. And as well, I want to go quickly to the super chats here as we got to go through the list here. It's been a who's who so far tonight. We started with David. We then went to Jay, then Blingman, then Hometown, then Andrew, and of course Crozier stepping up tonight to keep us commercial free so far this evening. I think for right now, though, we're going to refill the water bottles, take bathroom breaks, and get right back to it here in a matter of moments. Friends, we'll be right back to action in a matter of a few moments. Game 7. Is there any sweeter words in the English vocabulary for sports? One might wonder, because we have been treated to a heck of an effort so far from the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Of course, for those walking around Southern Alberta malls tonight, very proud of you today going for this. As friends, we are almost 200 likes on the stream. We have crossed 10,000 views. We are on our way to a very awesome finish to tonight's hockey game here in game number 7. Nation, welcome aboard. Scott, missed you as well. The cat will not be out. The cat is not exactly people friendly. He's camera friendly, but not people friendly. So that is a tough question there this evening, as this Edmonton Oilers game going down to the wire, because the Oilers obviously still have an effort ahead of them that they need to step up and get done in this, yes indeed, third period of play upcoming at last. So yeah, the Oilers will see what they can do in this third period. The Canucks need a big response, and I think we'll see what happens here. As Josh is also mentioning that we're close to 16,000 subscribers. Yes, friends, tonight or by the end of game 1, we very well could be on our way to 16,000 if we're lucky enough to get game 1 against the Dallas Stars. So Epiphany, just saying that the guys are refilling the water bottle, hitting the can, and returning soon. Well, we are back and ready to rock and roll for this one. Matt's obviously finishing up upstairs right now as we continue along here this evening. The Oilers are up 3-0. We'll get to the scoring summary so far after 2 periods of play. What do we know? Well, 1-0 was the score just a few minutes into the second period. A minute 16, Cody Ceci from Brett Kulak and Dylan Holloway. Then Zach Hyman from Evan Bouchard and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So indeed it has been changed. Hyman gets credit. We'll have to mention that to Matt because he'll be a big fan of that. Gets credit for the point shot from Bouchard. Nugent-Hopkins gets the other assist as Nugent-Hopkins gets the goal from Bouchard and Draisaitl on the power play. So Evan Bouchard a 2-point night. Nugent-Hopkins a 2-point night. Connor McDavid yet to get on the score sheet thus far. Interesting note there. So the Oilers continue to roll around here tonight in game number 7. The offense looking good. The power play getting a goal. You like to see everything that you've gotten out of the Oilers so far. And now it's about closing down shop and getting this going. So, the Oilers have to find a way to close this one out. Because if you don't, you're again at risk of really having a big summer of why. The Canucks, though, to their credit, look at what they did late in that second period. They really pushed the Oilers hard and just about found a way to solve Stuart Skinner on a couple of occasions inside the Oilers zone. So you look at this here, 27-12 the shots for the Oilers. Vancouver's had some dangerous looks, but the Oilers blocked a ton of shots late in that second period. 12-6 the block shots in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. So here we go, friends. The group chat is lighting up right now. We got to figure this out. Who's chatting about what? Okay, that being said, we need 2 girls and 2 guys for the tournament. All right, so the Oilers, obviously doing their thing, and the group chat doing its thing as well. So thank you so much for being aboard here tonight, friends. Really do appreciate you hanging out, even if I'm losing my spot on the old group chats a couple of times here. But we are just about to get back underway in this third period here in a matter of moments. As Josh has given me the instructions here. Put the phone away and let's get back to action. So obviously we got Scott Oak and Kelly Rudy doing our intermission report inside Rogers Arena. For the Oilers tonight, you want to make sure the crowd stays quiet the rest of the night, right? Don't let the crowd get a big moment in this hockey game, or the Oilers could have a real nightmarish scenario. I think Crozier was saying as well, go make it 4-0. You gotta find a way to make it 4-0 tonight, or again, as Matt said too, 5-0 is ideal, or you'll have some problems if you are the Oilers, because the Canucks are going to push. The Canucks fans are going to get on top of you as soon as they score the first goal of the game, and you desperately want to make sure make sure they stay as far away from the scoreboard as possible down the stretch. So as we go as well, we'll quickly take a look at the old Twitter chart here to see if there's anything else. I don't think there is. According to Ice District, the Ford Tailgate Party, the Scotiabank Fan Park, and the Molson Canadian Hockey House are now at full capacity. So it took until the second period intermission, but yes, indeed, we are full capacity down inside Ice District. So the Oilers are doing just an amazing job here in this hockey game thus far, but they still have to follow it up with an amazing effort in this third period of play. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy, oh geez. Not even kidding, eh? As the Oilers, well, we've got just a couple more commercial breaks and then we will be back done and dusted for tonight's hockey game. As Rory, I think when you ask if White Ave's going to go nuts, I don't think White Ave parties near as hard in Edmonton as they did back in 06. I think it's definitely moved a lot more downtown around the arena. As the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks have 20 minutes left in this hockey game to decide what happens next. Do the Canucks advance? Do the Oilers advance? Do we go to overtime? There's 3 possible outcomes in this third period of play, and for the Oilers, well, like I'm saying, they need a big result here to get this job done in this third period of play. So lots to be decided yet, as Felix is saying that he hopes the Canucks don't make the comeback like in game number 1.
Well, they can do it though. They have the nucleus to do it, and they're showing it at the end of that second period. Yep,
and that's what we're just talking about. The Canucks, obviously, they are not going to go away quietly. No. They are not going to just give up on this game because it's 3-0 after the second period. And if they do, I don't think a lot of Canucks fans are going to let them off easy for it.
Nope. No, not at all. But if they keep up that pressure that they had at the end of the second there, Edmonton better come out flying. They better.
And that's where, still, it's funny to say, right? It's coming into Game 7. I think you're up to a very nervous state. Your stomach's right. For me today, I'm thinking I've got acid reflux. No, I've just got a nervous stomach as well. For you coming in, you're like, I'm excited. But boy, am I nervous. You're up 3-0 right now in this second period intermission. And I think all of that still very well applies.
Yeah, well, you know what? Right now, most of the guys, especially Skinner, they're showing that they're being complex. Right? Keep it simple. Play good solid D. Right? Keep them to the outside. Skinner's playing good position. Zarlarov is playing really good. So this is going to be an amazing finish.
And this is where, like I said in the pregame, is if it does come down to the Canucks are way out of it, right? Like you said, down 5-0 maybe at the end of the third period, there might be a little bit of message sending at the end of the hockey game. But no matter what happens, the beauty is we're in for a great finish.
100%.
Something that makes you sit there and go, that's playoffs, baby.
Yeah, and you know what? Like Vancouver at the end there, they're actually throwing the body more.
Yep.
Try to get physical, wear the Oilers down. And that's what I was saying before. That's where you got to start playing, and that's where Vancouver's starting to bring it out.
Yep. And friends, we are just about to cross 11,000 views on the stream. So Matt, we are absolutely cooking along. I think this is actually the best stream you've been aboard for so far in the series now. So
perfect.
We're starting to get towards this third period, friends. We're just watching ads for
Game 7.
Game 7 it's just unbelievable that we have gone this long. And there you go. We're inside Rogers Arena now, as we're going to see an action shot of Rogers. Party is. Yeah, you have got to believe Oilers fans are absolutely jacked up to see their team and our team going out there getting this job done through 2 periods of play.
Yeah, I wish I can go work in Edmonton tomorrow because everyone's just going to be on the top of the world right now.
So we're watching highlights now of the National Junior A Championship for, I believe, Hockey Canada. As this one's shot through traffic there, and a point shot beats the goaltender. The goalie in the game for the blue team, wherever they're from, actually got a shutout in the national championship game. So pretty impressive effort there. As obviously the Junior A squad doing a good job to get that going. I think that's Collingwood that won the national championship. Collingwood, Ontario, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So Connor McDavid out there right now with Leon Draisaitl and everybody as the Oilers go to commercial break one last time.
Yeah, retaping the sticks, get some water, get some rest, take the breather. Or back in the day, Wayne Gretzky being bananas, I remember hearing.
Yep, that's just it. So the Oilers are going to try and get this going here in this third period. Friends, welcome aboard. If you've been on the stream so far tonight and haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do that here. Matt, where do you think we're at? We were closing in on 15,875. How about this? 15,877.
Hey, look at that. Gotta thank everyone for viewing and coming online, though.
Yep, that's huge. Thank you for hanging out with us. Obviously, a couple of good old Albertans calling a hockey game in Southern Albertan for the Oilers. You love to see that the Oilers actually showed up for Game 7. I think that's my biggest thing is...
They came up fired up. They, just like I said, like back in the regular season, I remember they got like 20 shots in the first period but had no goals, but they had all the efforts, and then they started losing the game. Here, they kept it up.
Yep.
So that's what's important.
And so far now, we got to see 20 minutes of the best hockey the Oilers have in them.
Well, sadly, they're playing with the lead, so they might sit back a bit. And Oilers fans are not wanting to see the old Detroit New York Devils come back out and play, 4-man D.
Yeah.
I'd rather see let's play some a little bit of offense, get some shots still, kill some time, right? Stay out of the box.
That's going to be the biggest thing for the Oilers.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why Vancouver is throwing the bodies, because now they can try to wear Edmonton down by throwing the body, get them maybe a little frustrated, get some retaliations. So you're hoping that Edmonton just keeps their composure and focuses on being on the scoreboard.
And that's what this next 20 minutes comes down to for the Oilers, is they really got to just push through here.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you win, you've got rest. So that's the thing. You got
a little bit.
You gotta
get on a flight, get out to Dallas, take a day of rest, and get back at it.
Yep. So the Oilers have, rumor is Thursday will be puck drop for game number 1 against whoever Dallas faces.
What time?
So what time? Probably 6 o'clock.
Okay,
So
that's
gonna be
perfect.
that's gonna be an interesting kind of starting at 6 o'clock on weekdays.
Yep. Hey, it's better than the 8 o'clock that we've had at the first round, remember?
That was brutal. So here we go. Josh is telling us 90 seconds until the start of puck drop here in this third period. We are just about ready to get going here for the Oilers and Canucks third period. Friends, obviously, if you have anything to say about this one right now, you should definitely send that in the chat, because we are going to get things going here in this third period in a matter of moments.
Who was that guy? Who was he? Who was he? Who was the guy?
Oh, wait, what did you get there?
You want one?
No, I don't need a slice. I'm good.
Who's the one that was picking at me again?
I don't know. It was Andrew and Chad.
Andrew. So just for Andrew, I got the big beef, all meat.
All meat from the big beef. You like to see it right there. Matt's going to crunch in on the pizza here. And there you have it, friends. The Oilers getting things going for action in this third period. Matt, how was the all meat tonight?
Oh, that was delicious.
Good. I'm usually a Hawaiian kind of guy from the...
A lot of people are against wine, but I love the sweetness sometimes. It's good. It's a nice change up.
This one is a bunch of highlights here of the Oilers scoring the goals. As I love to see that, as we will get now set up for the stats after 40 minutes of play, friends. As we close in on just about 1,000 hours on the stream, by the way. Shots 27-12 for the Oilers. 15-6 slot shots. 10-2 rush chances. 3-2 odd man rushes.
And see it right there. Just shows Edmonton's really getting into the slots more. And they're keeping Vancouver out of the slot.
Yep.
So it's important to see.
So here we go, friends. The Oilers, Canucks. Let's do this. Let's finish
Game
this
7,
off.
period 3. Let's go.
Face off at center ice. They're going to start Miller with Di Giuseppe and Elias Pettersson. Face off, one back by Vancouver. Less than 20 remaining for a result in tonight's hockey game, albeit barring overtime. As this comes down to the near side wall, as it goes far side now for Nugent Hopkins. The Canucks push through. Myers towards the net. He wraps around in behind. 1944 to go. The shot from Soucy through traffic. Deflects up over top of the net, and here's the Canucks right out of the gate, pushing the Oilers inside their own zone. Back to the point, Soucy far side, loading up the shot for Myers, walking down Main Street, shot blocked, and then pushed into the near side corner where Bouchard chops at it, takes a hard hit, and it's out to center ice. The Canucks flip back inside the Oilers' territory. 40 seconds off the clock already. You'll love to see it. There's a grand
Here comes
total.
Vancouver.
Yeah. Grand total of 1,200 seconds all told in the third period, if you want to do the math by seconds, and the Oilers are wasting time here behind their own net. The first 60 already gone as it's inside the Canucks zone as they send out Ryan McLeod, Derek Ryan, and Warren Foegele. The depth lines for the Oilers tonight have created chances, created zone time, and created chaos for the Vancouver Canucks. You haven't gotten the scoring, but you've gotten what you want out of them.
Yep.
As this goes now to Foegele, he's got a man beat in the neutral zone, but it's Derek Ryan, the slower-footed Derek Ryan chasing that puck into the zone.
No,
So
he couldn't get it,
No.
but he was just still following.
As this one will be a shot. They're showing the highlight there of Soucy firing that one from the point. The tip in
Nice
front,
tip.
up over top of the net, friends. The Oilers and Canucks.
That's Miller time.
Yep, doing battle here. 18:42 to go in this third period to play. 27-12. The shots on net. Face off to the left or right hand of Archer Shilovs. As this one will be 22-18 now, the face-offs for the Canucks. So that is where the Oilers have to get out of danger here. Canucks fans getting on their feet for their team. Face-off as the Oilers load up the opportunity for Kane. The Canucks able to come away with it. We're a minute 20 into the third period of play as the Canucks are in behind their own net. This one looking to come out from behind as this will come now middle of the ice. Picked up by Cody Ceci. He'll flip into the Canucks territory. Hughes with the puck. Minute and a half gone in the third period, time winding down, and somehow I'm getting more nervous with every second taken away. Bluger back into the zone. It will be fired through the middle. Stuart Skinner makes a save, drifting it inside the corner of the Oilers zone as Bluger's down on the ice with Kulak on top of him as Draisaitl directs back down for Kulak. Ceci swipes over to Zadorov, up over top, picked up by the Oilers, fired back to Dylan Holloway. Bluger, a sharp angle shot, goes back to the point. Shot by Hronek, blocked in front, and that makes a man miss. Here's Holloway looking for the bank pass off the boards to Kane. Can't get it through. And this one goes in behind the net. Almost 2.5 gone in this third period. Kane delivers a hit on Zadorov. Just punishes him along the wall. That is starting to get tough if you're Zadorov, because you cannot retaliate or it will be 4-0 Edmonton, as this one comes up along the far side wall as Nurse knocks off Pettersson. Puck along the end wall now for Desharnais. Desharnais out to center. Hughes with the puck. 17.5 to go in the third period of play. Brown is going to tip it back inside the Canucks zone. And here's the fourth line for Edmonton getting to work again. Carrick with the puck over to Janmark. Janmark looking back to the point. He doesn't get it through, as here's Janmark directing now back for Brown. Brown will go off the side of the net and hit Shilov's. That's a weird jam shot we haven't seen all game. And that was a good looking chance in front, just kind of finding its way. So there you have it, friends. The Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks chewing up clock here to begin this period. There's a guy in a Canada jersey just cheering for the best possible outcome of Canadian team to advance to the next round.
Love it.
17:02 to go in this third period of play. Connor McDavid will draw in against Elias Lindholm. 27-12 the face-offs, or shots, sorry, for the Oilers. As this one comes back now for Soucy, reverses around to Myers. 16:57 to go in the third period. Time winding away from the Canucks as they desperately need to get shots towards the net. This is Garland, far side corner, batting around behind the net now, picked up by Bouchard. He's taken hard into the wall. McDavid spins off the check, picked up now. Nugent Hopkins off the wall, leaves it there for McDavid, who fights it ahead. And the Lindholm line doing its best to keep McDavid contained. McDavid down the left wing to the front of the net, poked away by Shilovs. 16.5 to go in the third period of play. And it's knocked back down now for Matthias Ekholm inside his own zone. 27-12. The shots on net has told your story all night for the Oilers so far, but they've got a lot to do to contain this hockey game still in this third period as time continues to wind down. The Canucks trying to chase the Oilers out from behind the net, banged off the boards out of the zone, picked up now, fired into the Canucks zone. We're inside the last 16 minutes to go in this third period of play. Ryan sees it left there, a mistake from Hughes. Hughes is battling out Ryan along the wall. It was Hronek with a little bit of a pick play there.
Yeah.
As this one's now Miller across the line, tapped into the neutral zone.
Go.
Here comes Dylan Holloway speeding away with Warren Fogle. Holloway pass to Fogle in his feet. Just couldn't get it through cleanly. Holloway follows up here in behind the net to the far side as Holloway will tap in front. And this one goes firing back now for Hughes. Hughes is trying to get this one free. 15:25 to go as this one will continue around behind the net as Hughes fires out to the blue line area. Turnover to Holloway, and now time continues to keep diving away from the Canucks, just like Holloway did to keep that puck alive. And that'll be down low into the Canucks zone. Desharnais quickly on the body there. 15 minutes remaining officially in this third period of play. Back to the point. Cole to the far side, spinning off the check. Höglander looking towards the net. Höglander can't get it through cleanly, and the Oilers will start back the other way, but they are
out of gas.
Out of gas. This is where the Oilers need to hang on here in this one as this goes back near side. As this goes along back to the point, Cole fires down low, but it's stolen away by Carrick. And you know who's got gas in this 3-0 third period lead for the Oilers? It's Connor Brown, Sam Carrick, and Matthias Janmark. They have been absolutely
beasts.
A wrecking crew for the Oilers. As this comes now down low for Nurse against Mikheyev. This one comes near side, picked up by Carrick, fired out into the neutral zone. Off the glass, and out of play. No, Brown's going to go to the penalty box here.
He's digging hard, Canucks. Though. He's digging hard. He's trying to make a difference out there, right?
So the fourth line, good all night until the last 15, where Brown takes a tough penalty. That one by an eyelash. If the corner glass isn't there, that might flutter off the top of the glass and back into play.
Yep. Yeah. He was just trying to clear the puck.
Yep. That's just it. He wasn't trying to do anything fancy, just couldn't.
I think they got to switch that up after this penalty kill and actually start carrying the puck out and try and make a play. Kill time.
This is a big power play for the Vancouver Canucks. Not a big penalty kill for the Oilers. The Canucks are the ones that need the result more than the Oilers.
Yep.
Right? And obviously, yes, same is true both ways. Because obviously...
Oilers have 3, right?
Yep.
So it's not 2 worried, but Vancouver needs this now.
Yeah. So here we go, friends. Face off inside the Oilers zone with 14:13 to go in this third period. They add a second to the clock. As we will have it for Miller and Derek Ryan. Ryan scrambles it up. The Oilers are able to lead it ahead. And Nuge does exactly what you're saying. Take it to the blue line and fire it out.
Yeah.
As this one comes back inside the Canucks territory. 15 seconds already off the clock. Pettersson across to the far side. Across the line. The Canucks bust over. Yeah, Ekholm's taken down. And the Oilers were able to clear out into the neutral zone. Across the line. Picked up by the Canucks. Fired to the far side corner. Here's Miller. Back to the point now, near side. Back to the blue line. The Canucks looking to fire the shot. They can't get through. Traffic in front. Scramble. Skinner made the save. I don't think he saw it. But he was able to boot it away with the leg as this one is fired to the near side. Picked up by Lindholm. Now for Pettersson. Pettersson looking to get this one across the line cleanly to Garland. The Oilers, though, fish it through the bodies and fire it back inside the Canucks zone. 13:15 to go in this third period of play. Minute remaining in the power play now as Hughes picks this one up to the near side. Pettersson will look across the line now for the Canucks. He'll fire down inside the Canucks territory to the far side. Or the Oilers territory, sorry, to the far side. And the Canucks able to come up with the puck now as this one. Shot fired towards the net. Just missed back door on Lindholm as this is picked up again. Pettersson to the far side. Tipped past the Canucks. And that one escapes the zone. That's huge right there. So this one across the line will be offside with 31 seconds to go in the power play. As William has stuck by throughout the series that the Oilers were always going to beat the Vancouver Canucks. Well, hardest part now for any of this is the Oilers have to hang on to do so because it looks like the Canucks are going to give the Oilers every bit of fits they can down the stretch here in this third period.
Exactly.
I know there's 12 minutes and 45 seconds to go when you're up 3.
But it feels like a lifetime when you're out there.
That's just it. As Insane's asking what color jersey the Oilers are in. They're in their whites with the orange and blue trim. 12:45 to go in this third period of play. Face off outside of the Oilers line. Miller will see it chipped up to the far side, and a nice shot by Nugent Hopkins right onto Shelovs as this one's picked up now by Hughes. Hughes across, plays it back down low for Garland. Garland over to Suter, back to Garland. He's taken out, and the Canucks are offside with 15 seconds to go in this power play for the Canucks. I'm thinking this is starting to become a power play that can't be over soon enough.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only 15 seconds left, though, right? Yep. So Vancouver, if they win it, they got a little bit of time to make something happen.
12:29 to go in this third period. As this is going to be a huge kill if the Edmonton Oilers can indeed get it here. 12:29, like I said, in the third period remaining as the Oilers and Canucks do battle inside Game 7. CC behind the line. He's going to battle along the wall. Back to the point. The Canucks gather up. Here's Hughes. The shot through traffic. Blocked. Rebound. Saved by Skinner. You were all over that one.
Oh. He was searching for it, though. There was at least 3 or 4 people in front of him.
This is going to be an excellent finish here for the Oilers. Suter fired that one similar to what Hyman did the other night there. Kind of getting that stick and tight and moving the feet the last second to shoot.
Just didn't get the lucky bounce.
As this will be a face-off to the right of Stuart Skinner. And, oh my goodness, friends, we're starting to see a peek up in the chat here. The shot fired out by the Oilers all the way down to Shelovs. We're up over 483 people in the chat right now. As this one comes back down behind the net as Hughes out from behind his own net. The power play now over for Vancouver. They're back to 5-on-5. And we're inside the last 12 minutes to play in this third period. The puck to the far side wall inside the Oilers zone. Canucks once again establish zone time. D to D, Hughes down the wall. Back to the point now. Hughes fires the shot. Tipped wide of the net there. And now Draisaitl will fire up and out of the reach of Hyman. That would have been a key one right there if he could have gotten that clean to Hyman in the offensive zone. 11:37 to go in the third period. Puck to the far side. The Oilers only have 2 shots, and I want to say the last 10 minutes of play.
Yeah.
This one across the line for the Canucks. Looking down deep into the Oilers zone, backhanded towards the net. Ryan McLeod safely scoops it away. And this one will be picked up by McLeod now through the middle of the ice. He's wheeling and dealing over to Holloway. Holloway, the shot blocked in front. Holloway again. Rebound for Kane goes wide as the Oilers are getting towards the net as we've got now 11 minutes remaining in this third period. Josh is saying this is the longest 11, 12 minutes of his life upcoming. As this comes back into the middle of the ice, we're winding down towards the half period mark. Holloway across the line, leaves it there for Kane. The shot blocked in front. As this one comes now for Holloway behind the net. Holloway looking out in front now for Desharnais. Desharnais far side to Nurse. Nurse fires down low. And it will come off the boards, picked up now by Lindholm. Lindholm over to Joshua. He will see it through the middle of the ice, and he kind of tries to bounce Garland in. But the puck goes out of play with 10:33 to go in this third period of play. Matt, do the Oilers hang on?
Well, if they keep playing like this, they can definitely hang on because, like I said, they need to start carrying the puck out because they weren't. They're playing too much dump and chase just to kill the time. And was it Ryan? He just carried it out, took it all the way out, and then he got a play. He took at least a minute off the play.
And that's just it for the Oilers now, is the more time you spend in the offensive zone, whether it be
100%.
20 seconds, whether it be 40 seconds, whether it be 5 seconds.
Doesn't matter.
It kills
Yeah.
precious clock. Whether you get another goal or you don't,
Yep.
everything you do that is not inside your own zone comes to double back your effort the
But
rest
the
of the way
main
home.
thing is get no more turnovers.
That's just it too.
And I see Kane's been getting hit a little hard there in the corners now, but he's not retaliating to try to make sure that he doesn't put himself in a deficit.
That's where the Oilers desperately need to come up with a good effort here in this last 10-ish minutes of the third period. Friends, for those of you tuning in wondering how the Oilers get to a 3-0 lead, it was Cody Ceci, Zach Hyman.
Hey!
It wasn't Bouchard. It was Hyman with the tip in front.
Okay.
And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the power play all in that second period. As friends, officially we crossed the 1,000-hour mark. We've crossed 12,000 views on the stream with above 5 minutes average view duration. So we are well on our way to setting some playoff records here if we get a chance down the stretch in
Well,
tonight's
thank you
hockey game.
to everybody for visiting.
As we will wrap up here, we're on the commercial break right now. We're waiting for this Oilers game to get back up underway in a matter of moments. As the Oilers
Anything
just
good going on in the chat?
I think just a lot of nervousness here. CW is saying the Oilers need to avoid penalties in these next 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Mark saying that Darnell Nurse is keeping it clean.
Good.
You never know which of the two-headed snake you get, but
Yep.
for tonight, it's Darnell Nurse playing clean, stand-up, block defense, and obviously giving the Oilers a chance here late 15-8. The block shots for the Oilers, as Double Dog's also saying we're up by 3 and I'm still not comfortable.
Well, of course not. Everyone's thinking of Skinner. I'm going to have to bring it out. But you know what? He's faced at least 14 shots.
And
And he's staying in there and he's searching. He's digging.
And we've got 10.5 to play in this third period. It's down to the aforementioned Stuart Skinner, who will leave there for his defenseman Brett Kulak up along the wall. There is one of those turnovers you were talking about, but battling, Connor Brown keeps it alive. And good to see the coach not punishing Connor Brown for that third period power play for the Canucks. That obviously he flipped the puck over the glass. Puck right in front. Lindholm drove in front, but Janmark tangled him up. Kulak battles it off his stick. Nifty work there by Carrick to get it out along the wall, and Dakota Joshua gets the turnover. We're inside the last 10 minutes to play in this third period. Puck goes along the end wall as Carrick to the far side. Back to the point now, Cole. Cole will fire off the boards down low. Nice little area pass there. Homebound shot through traffic. Ends up blocked right in front. And it's going to be fired back inside the Canucks territory. Not enough for icing as Zadorov gathers up. He let off that puck too. Waved off the icing himself. 9:35 to go in this third period. Puck picked up by Miller now across through the middle of the ice to the far side. Looking to fire the shot. The Canucks go to the far side for Miller. Looking back to Myers. The shot blocked in front. An Oilers player goes down in front too. 9:20 remaining as the shot loads up from Myers. It's blocked in front and he just dribbles it into the far side corner. Nugent-Hopkins will lift out into center ice, and this is where you can definitely see the legs for the Oilers kind of getting a little heavy. Right?
Yeah.
A little
Yeah, well,
bit of-
Vancouver's coming on hard.
a little bit of extra effort for the Oilers might not necessarily be here in the last 9 minutes. Up 3,
Nice
Stuart Skinner.
save by Skinner, showing the leather.
Oh, there you have it. That's a huge one for the Oilers. Connor McDavid on the bench right now. The Oilers desperately need to cling to life here as McDavid made the block on Myers in front. I didn't even realize that was McDavid, but what a stop. And now you've got less than 9 minutes to go to walk down the clock. I think if you're up 3-0 in a Game 7, right, and you're kind of walking down the clock in these next 8:47, you're trying to get chances, but you're not pushing for them, right? If you're just trying to securely take the victory, at what point do you and I sit here and start sitting back a little bit and just, okay, breathe, relax, breathe, relax?
You can't. You never know. And that's the thing, they can't be sitting back. Once you get comfortable, then you get comfortable in how you play.
So here we go, friends. This is where it is going to come down to. The Oilers have 8:47 on the clock, and they need to keep everything going.
If I want to see Edmonton, if they get the puck, not to dump it out and make an actual rush out of it, or I'd like to see Vancouver, they're circulating the puck well, but they're not getting the puck control in the middle in front of Skinner.
Yeah.
That's what Vancouver needs right now, is actually get pucks on net, but then get control, and they can possibly find their way home.
Well, we'll see what the Oilers can manage for us here, friends. We're on a commercial break right now on the broadcast. Again, I want to send a huge shout out back home to those that have chosen to hit the super chat button tonight. We've seen Crozier do as such. We've seen Andrew do as such. As well, we've had Hometown do it as well. And then if we go here, we've had Blingman, J-Man, and David as well. So thank you, everybody, for hitting that super chat button this evening. That's allowing us to stay commercial free here as Skinner. A couple of big saves. That blocker save, they just showed it. Yep.
Yeah, again, from the other night, it was a great save.
And you said that was a turning point for him in that hockey game. So,
yep.
And obviously it's followed through tonight, this evening, with him in game number 7 as the Oilers will try and get this job done here in this third period as the puck now carried out by Sam Carrick, far side pass. And look again who the Oilers are putting on the ice in this third period late. Carrick, Ryan, Fogle. That's massive. There's also Calvin Picard. His beard's come to play here over the past 3 days since he last started. My goodness. As that is interesting right there.
Can't be Skinner's, though, mustache.
No, Skinner's mustache. And that thing must be out of control at this point. So here we go, friends. Face off outside the Canucks line. Awake. Thank you so much for hitting that super chat button as well as we go near side. Canucks up the middle, though, through into the neutral. Fired into Stuart Skinner behind the Oilers' net. Picked up now by Desharnais as a turnover right there. Right in front, Garland. Point blank.
Told you, Skinner. Turnovers. You can't turn over in your own zone.
And that is as brutal of a turnover as you were going to see in Game 7 inside the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And watch the Canucks fans explode. The cameras in the building can't even keep focused. They're shaking
and the
so
second
hard.
I was going to think about talking about an actual shutout, but didn't want to talk about it.
Nope, as now the Oilers need an effort here as McLeod fans up on that puck. And what a shot there from Connor Garland as he comes right through. And I mean, Stuart Skinner.
That was just a straight up beautiful shot.
Yeah, that was as great of a shot as you're going to see point blank on a goalie all day.
Point blank all day.
As this is 8:33 to go in this third period. Stuart Skinner out to play the puck. Third of the playoffs for Connor Garland. Up along the near side wall. It goes now behind the Oilers' net as Kulak out in the neutral territory. It's going to drift all the way into the Canucks zone for an icing call. And then what was starting to feel comfortable in the set, right? It was starting. We were not saying it was, but it was starting.
No, we were starting is the problem.
And now all of a sudden it's 3-1 just like that.
Yeah.
What a goal for
Connor
Garland.
When you see that replay there, everyone was leaving the zone already.
Yep.
So you got to stay in your zone until you get the puck out.
Well, I mean, McLeod was ready to make that pass, and the Oilers were going up the ice in a hurry, but you can't do that as this is...
Last man back, everyone's got to chill back.
Yep, this one's going to be now a face-off for the Oilers along the end wall. Pedersen wraps it around. Skinner makes the save.
Yeah.
Here we go, a little bit of late game dramatics now down the left wing. Holloway's turned back. Holloway forces it down low, picked up by Hronek to the far side. Pedersen Backhands out into the Oilers zone as Bouchard taps that onto the stick of Quinn Hughes out of midair as this one picks up now as this will be rolled around now for Hughes. Hughes into the middle of the ice, stolen away by the Oilers inside their own zone as this will be fired up off the wall and back into control for Vancouver. Stolen there by Edmonton, fired back into Vancouver's end. We're going back and forth a little bit here in the neutral zone. 7:35 to go in the third period of play. 29-16 the shots on net up through the middle of the Canucks to the near side. Suter across the line. It'll be played to the far side for Höglander. Höglander looking down low, can't get it through as this comes back. Now for Susie, and again for the first time all day the furnace turns on as this one goes to the far side corner. Only a guy like me would notice that, right? As this is going to be flipped out by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to Zach Hyman. We've got 7:10 to go in the third period. Sorry if the commentary is flat. I am dead nervous here right now as
Me
this
too.
at the blue line. Stolen by the Oilers to force the Canucks back into the neutral zone. As this is going to come near side for Bluger. Bluger across the line, fires to the far side corner. Desharnais around the boards, and we've gone overtime on the broadcast. Blocked out for a brief second, and this is going to now be the Canucks across the line to the far side wall. Stolen away by Nurse there, picked up by Desharnais, flipped back to the blue line. Philip, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Appreciate that as this one's now at the blue line, continuing near side, stolen away by the Oilers, and they will start back the other way, slapping it out in the neutral zone. They gotta carry the puck inside the Canucks zone here at some point. 6:10 to go in this third period, and obviously now the Canucks out zone timing the Oilers 13:30 to 10:42. Here's Desharnais lifting into the Oilers zone, far side boards. It goes to Hronek inside the last 5:56. Pettersson across the line, man free in front. Skinner the save!
What a save!
Oh my goodness, that one is about as good as you are going to see late in a hockey game.
Yeah.
Stuart Skinner stands tall on what was a complete clean from the blue line breakaway for the Canucks. As this is going to be Fogle flipping it back to the blue line. Turnover now to Myers. That's two third line players with bad turnovers. High as the shot loading for Myers through traffic goes up over top of the net. And it comes near side. The Oilers batted out into the neutral zone. And this one will go hand pass at center ice.
I don't know. I thought that went over the net with Skinner.
Did it?
I thought.
That's
why I didn't jump.
That was Pettersson firing that one, and
that went way over.
I thought he got
That's why I didn't jump. I was like, did he save it?
I thought he got a piece of it.
That one went way over. That was a good field goal.
Yep. This is now going to be a stoppage in play, friends, and a commercial timeout. I'm going to quickly run upstairs and tell you, Matt, blabber away for whatever you want to tell him right now. I'm going to go quickly.
All right. Don't mind me, I'm nervous. Anything going on in the chat right now? 5 minutes. Vancouver is going bananas. Yes, Vancouver is going to go bananas actually from the last time of this game, not just the last 5 minutes. And the Oilers thinking the job is already done, but it isn't. You are so correct. Vancouver can turn it around, as we've seen. Basically, whenever Edmonton scores, Vancouver retaliates right away. So they have the nucleus to show that they have this. Delivered man. Yeah, Oilers always do have to make it hard on themselves. I don't understand why they do that too. It's just I think they sit back too much at the end of the games when they know they have the leads, right? Which, they should be, like Tyson was saying, that you should always do for offense is your best defense. And look who the man's back.
All right, friends, let's do this. We have got just a few minutes.
I was just going through the chat for you,
yeah?
and they were just going like crazy while you were gone to help me out.
Excellent. Good to see as the Edmonton Oilers will get going. All right. Oh, friends. We've got Thomas saying that he had to turn off the stream and the uni lecture. How did we go at the start of the period? Well, at the start of the period, the Oilers were winding down clock pretty efficiently, took a penalty, and have since let up a goal here. And now the Canucks fans waving the towels in rally time.
Yep.
Let's see.
But like a couple of guys in the comments are saying, Edmonton always makes it hard for themselves. So they got to not do that right now. They can't make it hard for themselves. They got to be in the offense, kill some time.
Face off, 5:16, ends up inside the Canucks zone. We've got just a few minutes remaining in this hockey game. 5 exactly to go as the Canucks wheel and deal through the neutral zone. Canucks across the line. Here's Garland over to the near side. The shot fired off the far side boards. Miller will look to the middle of the ice to Garland. Canucks keep it going here through the middle into the far side now for Myers. Myers looks down low, can't get it going, and this will now tie up along the end wall as Bouchard will pick up the puck and flip out to the middle of the ice and take an icing call right there.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
That is.
4:42 to go. So, yikes. Mr. Evan Bouchard.
He doesn't look tired, though, so he probably wasn't worried about it.
As the Oilers need to, as Steve's saying, make sure they don't allow the Canucks to set up in the zone.
Yeah.
Hughes has played 26 minutes tonight, and he's still got 4:42 where he's likely.
Get in the passing lanes.
Yep, Canucks right off the draw. Get Hughes. Horonic from the point scores.
Oh, boy.
Holy moly.
Can't sit back at all. That's the point of playoff hockey right there.
Holy.
It's going to come right down to the wire now. And the guy in the chat was saying in the last 5 minutes, Vancouver's going to go bananas. And it's under 5 minutes. He's so right.
3-2 the score for the Edmonton Oilers. The Canucks fans are all over top of the Oilers now. And you got 4:36 left on the clock. The Oilers trying to walk it down have not been successful thus far. And that was just an uncontested point shot there by the Oilers. There were men in front, but
Skinner didn't see it.
No. Ekholm was right in front of his vision.
Yep.
So now we've got a chance to take the face-off at center ice. It's Hronik's first ever playoff goal, friends. We will bring this down to you. Chris Knobloch, I think, has called a timeout here for the Oilers. What a smart play here by Knobloch. He was criticized for that in game number 1. The Oilers taking their timeout now to rally the troops and prevent what happened in game number 1. Canucks fans are absolutely
going nuts.
I mean, you want to talk about bananas. They are holy as the Oilers get this one going.
They're sailing away.
All right, let's get this going. The Oilers need a quick goal out of the timeout and to get this going here. As the Oilers, obviously, that was a beauty. I mean, what a point shot from Filip Hronik. Can't take anything away from that there. As this is now a face-off at center ice as Draisaitl sees it won back by Vancouver. As this is Hronik over to Zadorov. Zadorov right up the middle of the far side boards, tipped into the Oilers zone, and it is an icing call. So we'll have a stoppage again with 4:25 to go in this third period. Greg saying it's an insane game. Friends, it has been absolutely nuts in this third period, right?
Yep.
And we've had the full range of emotions, and the only emotion we haven't had is the Oilers scoring a goal yet, and we need to find a way to get this going. So we have got to get this going here right now. So face off inside the Canucks zone. 4:25 to go in this third period. Pass to the near side for Zadorov. Out now to the near side boards. It's tipped into the Oilers zone again. Skinner out to play it. Precious time winding off the clock in behind the Oilers net. 4:12 remains in this third period to the far side boards. Picked up by Hronik. Down low it goes. This is picked up by Höglander. Now it's picked up behind to the near side point for Zadorov. Zadorov tipped in front, blocked. Shot to the far side. Out of play off a deflection there with 3:55 to go in this third period of play. And I'll tell you, I've never played hockey in my life, but I've played some pretty I've played some pretty sweaty NHL video game hockey.
Yeah.
And right now just watching Josh, our moderator for tonight, chat along. Some of the things he's saying in there, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what we're saying in the party chat every time something goes our way. So friends, 3:55 to go in this third period of play. Face off, one back by the Canucks, forced forward by the Oilers. Across the line it goes now. Connor McDavid skating in down the left wing. He fires up on the shot, but flipped up on it. Now Derek Ryan goes scrambling along as it's, I think, Carrick and Mr. Connor McDavid. Now it's Foegele and McDavid along the near side boards as Foegele biting down time. 3.5 remaining here in this third period. Foegele is
taking
eating
a beating.
it all along the boards here. as this continues to battle along near side corner. Picked up right in front. McDavid tried to tap it home, couldn't get it there. Hyman along the boards. He's battling against Hronek. 3:16 to go in the third period to play. The Oilers finally, for the first time all periods, setting up zone time as it comes back now near side for Garland. He's trying to get past Janmark. Janmark's harassing him there. Can't get it going. 3 minutes remaining in this third period. As this one across the line now, picked up again by Garland. He's inside his own end one more time. Oilers really doing good holding on to the Canucks defense here, keeping them inside the zone, as it looks like Shilvas is looking to go to the bench here. Is this one to the near side? Susie across, there's a man free and up in the middle. The tip play was on. Couldn't get it over and about, as this will now free up the Canucks, and they're going to start in their own zone and send Shilovs to the bench here in a matter of moments.
Yep.
As this one will be behind the net. Shilovs is getting the instructions to go by the looks of it here. The Canucks up the ice. We're not seeing anyone ready to jump the boards yet. The Oilers turn it back over, flipped inside the Vancouver zone. Now the Canucks again forced down deep. We've got 2:12 on the clock as this one to the far side. Fired now all the way into the Oilers bench area as this is played ahead. No too many men on the ice there for Vancouver. Shilovs out there now as this goes to the behind the net area. Sorry, the heartbeat is absolutely racing. Pettersson up the middle of the ice, fires into the Oilers zone. Now picked up by the Oilers, fired back at the blue line, lifted out into the neutral territory. And this is where I think Shilovs is now on the bench here. Empty net for Vancouver. Miller down into the Oilers zone as Desharnais picks up. He will leave the puck there along the end wall for McDavid and Desharnais. This is the biggest moment of his career, this shift right now, as this one comes back now near sideboards. Miller fires into the Oilers end. Here's McDavid firing up off the boards. $1:22 to go in this third period. Spinning down to the ice was Draisaitl. The Canucks have the Oilers caught up the ice a little bit to some degree here. Pass to the middle. Oh man, Pettersson just misplaying that one. Miller along the near side wall. $1:08 to go in the third period. Up now as Nugent Hopkins plays this one in behind, and Darnell Nurse goes along the wall. Now 1 minute to go in the third as it goes to the far side. Miller along the wall comes free in the middle, and the Oilers will push forward. Draisaitl trying to get open to fire the shot towards the net. Pushes the man down to the ice. 45 seconds to go in the third period. Oilers come up with the puck, fire it into the neutral zone. Far side, Garland, near side, off the glass, Joshua. 35 seconds, Oilers flip it out into the Canucks territory. 30 seconds remain in the third period. In behind as Hughes comes now near side, picked up by Joshua in through the neutral zone. Höglander across the line. 20 seconds remaining as this hard hit along for Ekholm. He was able to help the puck along. And this puck now in the near side corner. Shot from the slot, denied by the block shot in front. 9 seconds to go. Hyman spins off the puck. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it home. The Oilers will face Dallas. Stuart Skinner victorious. 3-2. The Oilers move on in round 2 over top of the Vancouver Canucks. And you did not lie to me when you said the Canucks were not going to stop coming in that third period.
But man in the chat, he said they're going to go bananas, and they went bananas.
What an effort at the finish. Pettersson's bloodied in the whole 9 yards.
But they showed up a little too late. Edmonton, I saw, at least played 40 minutes. Vancouver, honestly, maybe 25.
And for Vancouver, a heck of a series comes down to, as it has almost all series, the difference of 1 goal in the hockey game. The Oilers, well, like you said, they made it hard on themselves.
Yeah.
But they were able to finish it off, and what a block in front there in the last few seconds.
Man in the comments did say they make it hard on themselves, and when they said that, you're so right.
Calvin Pickard out heavy to praise Stuart Skinner. Pickard is loving Skinner. He is loving every moment of this. Friends, we will have handshakes here. And then the Oilers, well, Thursday night, what do you got planned?
Not much.
I
was working on the Mustang Cobra, but I could always cancel that to come for game 1.
Well, Hughes is shaking hands with all of the Edmonton Oilers. This is, for the Vancouver Canucks, a very good sign of what's to come for them.
Well, this is their first year in the playoffs since years ago, so this is a huge growth and spurt. And they didn't have their number one goalie.
That's just it. With Demko in net, to say what a different series it would have been.
I wouldn't have wanted to know.
No, exactly. You as an Edmonton Oilers fan just got to be glad back home that we take this one the way we do. As the Canucks, I mean, they did not go down without a fight.
Nope.
Not in any single game. And it is ultimately the team that wins 2 on the road.
Yep.
That wins the series.
100%.
And that is unbelievable. The Edmonton Oilers find a way to bring it home in this third period. I mean, after trying to give it away, quite frankly.
Yep.
But hey, that is kind of the Oilers' style at the end of the day. Can't let us breathe easy. And JT Miller, Matthias Ekholm hugging it out. They did battle in this series. Those two were going at it. Pickard talking things over with the Vancouver Canucks. Obviously, everybody has big words for Calvin Pickard, who had a tremendous 2 games in net for the Oilers. Might have only won one of them, but kind of, you know what, Skinner wins the series. Pickard saved it. If you're talking about baseball, right?
Yeah.
In baseball, you can have a starter and a closer.
Yeah.
And not that Pickard was the closer, because Skinner was the starter and the closer, but Pickard was that middle relief guy that closed it before it was closed.
100%.
So, friends, to say, for those of you back home in Vancouver tonight, nothing but respect for your hockey team. What an
100%.
unbelievable year. I mean, there's nothing you can take away from this team. Archer Shilovs is going to be an absolute bright spot. I don't think if Casey DeSmith is in Vancouver next year, I would be shocked. I think it's Shilovs and Demko.
Yeah.
And you kind of let the rest of the system percolate the same way you did Shilovs.
Yeah,
so,
all depends on contracts.
Yeah. That was a heck of a series. Connor McDavid obviously talking things over on the ice right now, but I just can't believe that for the Oilers, given everything they went through in the last year's playoffs in round 2 against Vegas, everything that Vancouver threw at them early, often, and late in this series, to come away with
A come from behind victory.
Yeah.
A come behind victory is the main key with Edmonton, because they started out behind, especially with 5 losses in a row in Vancouver this year in general, and they came from behind and won 1 in Vancouver. That's what started their run.
Yep. And now, friends, we will transition to the post-game portion. Thank you so much for being aboard here tonight. I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. It would be fantastic to have you aboard for Game 1 against the Dallas Stars in round number 3. The Oilers playing round 3 hockey for the second time in 3 years, second time under Ken Holland. Matt, you ready to do the post-game edition?
You know it.
Let's do it.
And no more baseball.
This is Dolynny TV. Friends, the Edmonton Oilers seal the deal, and we'll move on to Game 1 against the Dallas Stars. Matt, they made it interesting at the end, didn't they?
They did.
No breathing easy. I know after you're up 3-0, it sure seemed like, hey, you know what? At some point, this is going to get comfortable. And then bang, bang, the Canucks score, and it was game on in the last 5 minutes.
You know, it just shows how good Vancouver can be, right? When they put all of it out there, that's just who Vancouver is.
And now you get a Western Conference final, Dallas, Edmonton. I think we'd be amiss if we didn't sit here and, on the post-game edition at least, say, what are your honest thoughts on the Vancouver Canucks, where they're going, what they achieved this year, and how good they truly looked in this series?
Hey, you know what? Last year they were bottom seed, and then this year they're number 1 in our division. And then how they played in this series, they took it to 7 games, right? Edmonton came from behind, though, to dig themselves out of a hole. So that's where you want to see, hey, these guys have matured. They're actually maturing as a team now, especially with the new coaching. What else can they do now? I want to see it.
Well, in Vancouver, fans from Oaton, BC, or across Canada that are Canucks fans, thank you for a heck of a season from your team. It was fun. You pushed us right to the brink. I mean, twice over, right? Game 6, like Matt said, we had to come from behind and find a way to even a series from 3-2 to 3-3. And in Game 7, the Canucks were never out of it until that final block with less than 15 seconds on the clock in the third period. It was a heck of a year for Vancouver, and now the Oilers live to play. And this is kind of the funny part about it, knowing how good Dallas looked in that Colorado series. The Oilers live to play at least 4 more games, it could simply be just 4 more.
No, you can't. I can't sit the Oilers out on that against Dallas. Dallas is a really good, fast-paced team, really organized. The only thing I am scared about is Dallas they adapt well, right? But the Oilers have showed they've adapted well. So this is going to be a very tedious series.
And that's one thing, right? The Oilers have the offense to stay with Dallas.
Yeah.
Maybe a question had Vancouver won. They can defend, they can hit, but they wouldn't have been able to score the goals to keep up with Dallas. So,
but the biggest question is goaltending. You got Mr. Ottinger, that he's lost the first couple games and he's turned it around for his team and had great save percentage to win the games to bring the team back in the series. I'd like to see that as Skinner.
And that's where tonight, right, for Skinner, he has a winning effort, pitched a shutout for more than 50 minutes of the hockey game. And as well, you got to think here too, the Oilers always have Calvin Pickard if things get hairy.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Skinner's a guy that digs. He grinds. He looked really calm out there. At the end, like I said, everyone was sitting. They were getting too calm. And they should have been at least trying to be in the offense. But they were sitting back a little too much.
Yep. And that was, well, at that last, right when the Canucks were about to pull the goalie, the Oilers had 40 seconds in the offensive zone. How much that did.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly. That's what matters when you're trying to win games or close out games. You do the specialty things, not just play defense.
And friends, this is the best part about it as well. We buried the lead. You can play La Bamba. The Oilers are going on to the 3rd round here. Let's go. It was a good night to be an Edmonton Oilers fan.
Oil them up.
Yes, absolutely a great effort. Connor McDavid jacked up. And we get to see Connor and Leon's playoff beards live another day as well.
Right?
I mean, for you, your beard lives 365. Mine will live, like I'm saying, at least 4 more games. But look at Ice District Plaza go absolutely nuts when the Oilers sealed the deal in that final second, ticking off the clock. That is fantastic. The sun's not even fully down.
Hey, I was one short. I said 4-2. It was 3-2.
Well, and we have the chance at the empty netter. So game 1, East will be Thursday, or West, sorry, at 6:30 p.m. So we have a few more moments to come home and get things done.
Sweet.
Nice. That'll be nice. 6:30 p.m. puck drop between the Oilers and Stars in game number 1 of the Western Conference Final. Of course, we'll be live around 5:45, I guess would be the math. I guess 5:55, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I'll be late. Sorry.
That's fine then. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be late.
Okay, well, we'll get things going here at some point in the live stream for Matt joining us. But friends, the Oilers this evening move on to round number 3, thanks to Stuart Skinner at times, thanks to the defense at times, and thanks to some big-time shots from the point that got through the back of the net. Friends, credit to Cece, Hyman, Nugent-Hopkins scoring 3 big goals.
Yes.
Nuge with the game winner, might I add.
Was it Nuge? No, I thought it was Hyman, the second goal, Bouchard's assist.
Nope, well, but it was 2 goals for Vancouver, so...
Oh, that's right,
Nuge
yes.
the tiebreaker, friends. At the end of the day, 3 goals stacks up. Thanks for being aboard. We'll see you tomorrow to
and thank you, Vancouver fans, enjoying swinging the clubs.
Just a dig of love. All right, let's do it. Let's go here, friends. We're on the end of it all. Thank you so much for being aboard here tonight. Really do appreciate it. We are going to have, obviously, game 1 on Thursday night. Matt obviously announced in there for you that he will not be available until later in the stream, but that's fine. I can carry you through. I've done all right so far in these playoffs.
Yeah, of course.
You'll be joining us soon enough. I know that for sure. As the Oilers, they're talking to Stuart Skinner post-game here, and obviously what was an effort from Stuart that's been kind of exactly what the Oilers needed to win this series here tonight. Friends, thank you so much for being aboard tonight. I will try and upload the post-game while broadcasting. We know that never works. So, Matt, thank you again for joining me here on Game 7.
Yeah.
The Oilers win it to move on to Dallas. I'm Tyson. This is Matt.
That's
Dolynny
it.
TV. We're up on